You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Knocks that one deep. Back it goes. And Maya Davis, a first inning home run over the left field fence for Texas Tech.
Did you, partner? God, you did. Atta baby. There's a little insurance. You felt it. Yeah.
And a fly ball to left field. Oh, Henry! Henry Davis! Grand salami time! Liftoff in Houston! Do you believe it?
Harper in attack mode, goes inside of BRUNTZ and scores again. 10 points in 6 minutes. And the Knicks need timeout. It's a 10-point lead and a 17-point turnaround. BRUNTZ the spin, goes at the rookie, backs up, leans in, floaters up. Shot won't go, but follows it himself. Little razzle-dazzle. Backs in, scoots in, right hand and off the glass. Oh, what a sweet move from Jalen BRUNTZ. Fox splits the defense, throws it in the corner. Champagny puts it up, punts it in. Champagny red hot here with the first half. Final seconds knocked away. And quarter number 2 comes to an end. Champagny 5 of 6 from 3-point range.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mayo Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
What you doing, man?
Oh, we're doing all right.
Yeah, it's same old bread, just a little crusty.
Put me in a little bit of a bad mood before we started this morning, but that's fine.
No, it was kind of intense.
Not gonna talk about that.
I didn't mean to put you in a bad mood.
No, it's okay. The diabetes be diabeting today too, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's just beating your bunda. 60s, huh?
Yeah,
I thought 70s was sketch, but that is not the lowest number you've showed me.
No, the lowest number I've showed you just said low across it.
Well, so that was just the seismic, the little reading thing. I'm talking about do you remember what the actual lowest number you strolled in here and showed me was?
I think it was in the 40s.
It was a 44.
Yeah, it's
Do
not.
you know why I remember? Number one, it's low.
Traumatizing a little bit.
Wait, it's TK in the chat.
You're like, how's that dude upright?
I'm not using the T word. So it's funny. There's 2 things that I stopped saying because people said that I say it. Number one is T word. And I
know the other one. It's full disclosure.
Well, that's I didn't get into that enough.
Okay.
I mean, I know I got the t-shirt made, but Giant Head Jed, what was it? And I put it up. Giant Head Jed ate me up over it. And I don't think I've used it in 6 years. I gotta ask him what it was. I can't even remember. I blocked it out of my memory.
Well, that's not great.
No, it's fine.
I might have to block Rico out of my memory today.
He
came in just like bumping
like a little kid with his windows down, just blaring music. New York, New York.
Just I turned on Go New York, Go for the last 15 minutes of my drive. It's like a 3-minute song.
You listen to it like 5 times in a row.
Yes.
Rico, I'm not even mad at you. Like,
I get it. I do. I really do.
I mean, I
am ecstatic.
I'm happy for you. Like, I don't like.
You don't have to be happy for the Knicks or the city of New York. I understand why people.
For you.
Yeah, I understand why people don't like New York teams. I get it. Those people suck.
Everybody into liking him.
I liked Rico first of everybody here.
You can stake. It's fine.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead, Alaska, new frontier. Put your flag down.
I'm not really a cold weather guy.
Me neither.
It's the Rican in you.
Exactly.
It's
Puerto.
Jose Alvarado.
I mean, it's not like the other part of him famously likes cold weather either.
No. Well, wait a minute. What's the other side again?
You.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, we don't.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to basically most brown people.
That's how we got brown.
That's what I'm not a fan of the cold.
Yeah. The reason we got
universal.
The reason we got brown here was being transported. Normally it's from being closer to the equator, which by the way went back and got another 12 minutes of antebellum.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, we're out.
I'm just saying
we'll never revisit that.
And
it's weird too because it goes through centuries. So it starts out like you got to read the premise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I read it.
Yeah, so
I read it yesterday.
She's like current.
Yeah, she's like a
time.
modern day person.
Yeah,
transported back into slavery times.
Why? We got enough problems revisiting that, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, Jack is back. What's up, Jack?
Was Jack on vacation?
He said been gone for a while. Hello, everybody.
Well, wait, Jack's life is a vacation. What would vacation be to Jack?
I think he's retired.
Jack left.
He's retired
on a permanent vacation.
No, he's still around. He's alive.
I meant to just chill, relax. Isn't that what you guys do on vacation? I haven't been on it.
What do you mean, you guys?
Listen, I haven't been on vacation in years.
I don't take vacation.
I am going on a honeymoon.
Yeah?
No.
We didn't really either. We did like a little staycation, but we didn't go on
a staycation.
Yeah,
you just got a hotel?
Yeah, well, we went to the Cottonwood for a few days, hung out like at the pool and stuff.
I don't love how you said that.
Cottonwood?
Godwood? What?
Cottonwood?
Every now and then you get this drawl.
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
It's just the low sugars.
Much like the Spurs offense, my drawl is sometimesy.
You need to clean them draws because they doo-dooed in them down the
stretch.
stretch.
They pooped the bed and they broke the other one.
Ooh, straight Pampers. Jack, where you been, buddy?
He was on a cruise.
Oh, nice. He didn't bring back any of that stuff, did he?
Well, he's in Tennessee. We're probably okay.
No?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, there's a lot of distance between us and Jack.
Radman, I don't know about the circus, but these guys are having camp, so I figured we would support camping.
Not a big camping guy.
Apparently Radman isn't either.
I'm at the other kind of camping.
No.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Again, I would in pristine ideal conditions.
At least cabin or better. That's for me.
Again, just can I close the door?
Yeah, I have to be able to lock a door
for hygiene, and can I use water?
Yeah, I have to be able to lock a door.
And I'm cool. I could make it work.
Just dig a hole.
I'm not doing like a tent situation.
I'm long past the digging stage.
Dig a hole, you'll be fine.
Although I did see some guys, they were working on the front part of the school yesterday, and they had these cinder blocks, and dude was like just holding one in his hand, and he was holding the door for his boy coming in, and I looked at Mike and I was like, that's real work. It's
just holding the cinder block
in his hand like this. Like he had to have some huge.
Oh, he wasn't like cradling
beaters.
it.
Like he was holding it, and he was holding the door. So I don't know if you've seen those blocks, the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you gotta have some paws.
Oh yeah.
Like he was just holding it. You couldn't tell if he was struggling or anything.
No, he was getting his children. Now he was a legit 6'5", and he was a Hispanic guy too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn. But yeah,
those construction workers are just built different, man.
Yeah, I mean, no cuts, just cock, just grown man strong.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's
what are they working on over there now? I was over there playing tennis the other day, and I thought they were done.
Well, I mean, you have to do like there's a few more little, you have to build the concrete around the heating structure, the irrigation system.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of sprinkler and like
infrastructure stuff.
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
The main part of the facility is done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a little confused. Rolled up there last week, and I was like, hey,
I thought you would come to passing league yesterday.
I didn't know what time it was.
Yeah.
Didn't really relay that information to me.
It's usually at 10. 10 on Wednesdays.
All right, maybe.
Although we got full camp next week.
Maybe I'll come after that.
So I didn't have the heart to ask Sasha for time off because that wasn't what the conversation was about last night. But maybe this weekend I'll spring it on her.
I mean, as long as you got it covered, it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't like to be like that.
I know, but
I even had to get an affirmative from Neutron, and you know what it's like for me to have to ask him for something.
It's fine.
He's like, yeah, what?
You got to ask Rico. Rico's your guy this week because he's just in a good mood. He'll say yes to everything.
Yeah, but if the
what's up?
I think I'm not. I don't know yet what I'm doing, but the thing with the Rico's mood and the Knicks is it's always the same. It's just on a little bit of steroids. Like, you're always an obnoxious Knicks fan. It's just a little more turned. Like
this is going to be worse. I'm warning everyone.
From a 7 to, you know what? If it's the Knicks, it would be like I would extend the same grace to like the Cowboys. Certainly not the Yankees. Give me another, like the Cardinals, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Teams that are kind of good, been pretty good. Cardinals may be a little bit of a reach because they've been
good since like more recently.
They've won
like in the 2010s
significance before.
Yeah.
I know when it is that the Cardinals won.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
He remembers that one.
My bad. I just remember when the Cardinals have lost, like 2004, 2013.
I'm well aware when the Cardinals win National League, the pennant.
All right, well, you've won enough.
A lot of times it's at Los Angeles' expense.
I think you're going to be okay.
You going to be all right? Do I seem very hurt right now?
You seem very hurt right now. No, I'm trying to think. So Cowboys is a good one, actually, because
I would extend plenty of grace and RIP to one of my besties, Kevin. He could gloat and he's not that guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Dallas won,
because we're going on 30 years now. That's a
dude. If Dallas won, out of breath, Brian would lose his mind.
Yeah, is that his like primary? I mean, I know he's a Dallas fan. Is there anything he cares more about than Dallas?
Maybe the Lakers.
Okay.
Can you get more out of breath?
Oh yeah, he's had. I would probably. There's been a call or two of Brian's that I would put in the top 20 of all time, of all my time doing the shows. Brian probably makes the top 10.
Yeah, Brian's had some good ones.
I don't know, DJ. Would I extend grace to the Twins?
That's a different thing, I think.
Ravi?
That would be more like the Bills.
Yes. And maybe not even that good. In terms, I think, well, I mean,
90s Twins was pretty good.
They were, but the Bills have been better recently.
Yeah, but they can't get over the hump either.
That's a weird comparison because the Bills have never won, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
But they've been better lately versus the Twins have won a couple but have been worse. Like that's a weird one. But Twins are a whole different thing to me because I look at
maybe
them,
I'm thinking market size too.
Yes.
New York, Dallas.
That's why I was thinking like popularity.
What about the Mets?
I don't know. Anybody that's a Mets fan outside of like New York. I don't know that I know any Mets fans outside of New York.
Severe.
He hates baseball.
But
he claims the Mets, but he hates baseball. That doesn't count.
That is a last 10 years. Yeah.
Like
anyway, Rico, you guys pull it off, knock yourself out.
I almost did.
No, it's pretty premature.
I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass out.
I almost did. I was like biting on, like I had a blanket on me and I was like biting the blanket. What? And I'm just like sitting there hitting my legs.
What?
I was like so nervous.
Oh jeez.
Listen, I wasn't prepared.
I told you we discovered this like as soon as the playoffs started. The Knicks are my like favorite team.
It's not that. It's the blanket biting that I'm struggling with over here.
It's one of those things where you don't have like anything and you're just like looking around, and I just like had this blanket and I was like pulling at it, and then I just like brought it up and I was just like biting it because I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I've never been in this situation before.
Oh God.
A lot of euphemisms in there.
Where's the foul?
I was hoping Austin wouldn't chime in.
I have a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Austin. What
Go ahead.
Dude, Reed, he's on a heater.
Is that the first time someone in the Alvarez-Clary household has been biting a blanket?
We're not getting into this.
All right.
His poor wife. I'm sure she's.
She was just sitting she was just sitting on the couch, and she's just like watching me, and she's like, "Wow, okay." But she's also excited the Knicks are winning.
Who's the snarkiest in the house? Is it the wifey?
Probably.
Mess around and be KJ at this rate.
Oh my God, that kid is something else.
Oh, I got one, and it's her birthday today. So, I mean, probably end up in like, I don't know, Hawaii or something without even knowing. Little girl spoiled.
It feels like a pool day. Actually, it's not supposed to be that hot today.
I'm just telling you, the suggestion was made to go to Kansas City and take her to Cava. How about no?
That seems excessive.
How's she?
Yeah, she's turning 8.
Yeah, no, that's too
not
much.
80, not 50, not 21,
not 18.
8.
Wow. Let's go to Cava.
In Kansas City.
That's a great 8-year-old birthday spot. I've heard.
When I was like 8, we were having birthday parties inside of a Burger King. So that was a thing when I was a kid.
So here's
you'd like
the
go
other
to a
thing.
Burger King and like have a party.
No, she doesn't know any better. So Caleb's they're in OTAs, so he can't have. Well, we're actually not celebrating today because Micah has Nebraska's camp, and so we'll be in Lincoln.
Look at that local kid go camping. We love to hear it.
I'm just surprised Nebraska's going first because we're stacking it with 2 teams after that. That I'm like,
wait, who's after next week?
Oh, Iowa's the 11th.
Yeah, I know who. I was asking who's after Iowa.
North.
Directly?
Into the east. Surrounded by all those lakes.
Yeah, I got you.
Not to be a child. So she's like, well, can we find a hot pot in Lincoln? Because hot pot is kind of her thing. Because I'm like, you want to go to Lincoln tomorrow so we can eat with your brother? Yeah, why not? I was making up everything. Am I a weather weenie if I don't want to drive in what could be severe weather?
No, I get that.
But it's rain.
I don't.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be actual severe weather, then I'm totally okay with not driving. I'll be honest. There's been times where I haven't gone somewhere because I was like, it's raining. I don't want to go.
Really?
That's a real thing that's happened.
That's probably not out of the ordinary. I wouldn't be saying that out. Like hopefully you're at least worried about hail and not just the rain.
No, I just didn't want to do it.
You just didn't want to get wet.
No, I was just like, So it's actually so
you just look outside and you're like, oh, moisture.
Oh,
it was just like, I don't know. I looked outside and I was like, I'm not doing this today.
That ain't wet.
No, listen, Chuck, I'm with you. I could give 2 bleeps about the rain. It's the hail that would give me like pause.
Yeah, I mean, this was a while ago. It was probably,
do you believe the severe weather that's supposed to be coming tomorrow?
I don't know. I haven't gotten my weather report from my mom yet, so we'll see.
Oh man, Sean Everson says, look out.
She said possible severe this weekend, so I haven't gotten my specific updates yet. She just gives me like a 48-hour heads up.
Hey, Shane, do you think we should somehow, now he kind of sleeps with the enemy, but we let Austin do it. Our man Matt Serwy's back. That used to be our guy.
Oh, yeah.
I kept Serwy on speed dial for every game that we were going to have if there was any sort of weather coming. And I swear to goodness, this dude could get it to within 30 minutes of when it would start trickling.
Yeah.
It was wild.
That's pretty good.
Some people just have a knack for it. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, like it's different. Like you're thinking, well, duh.
No, I mean, there's some people that I have a better intuition on how
sometimes he'll go against even what the models say. Like he'll say, we'll see it. It's showing this and then that, but
I mean, like a lot of my understanding of it, at least, obviously I'm not a meteorologist, is that there's a certain amount within the models that's left up to interpretation, and that makes the good ones versus the not so good ones.
Yeah.
So I think there is like a certain intuition of understanding what patterns and like recognizing history of things that are like, I've actually seen this before. The model says it's going to do this, but I actually think it, like Ranby does that a lot, where
I'm a big dollar bill guy.
Is, he's like, I know it's indicating that there's not a hook echo here, but what I'm seeing on the actual, like, I'm seeing there's drop down. It does kind of look.
They did something about 3 weeks ago where 3 were working in unison.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Sean, it was Bill, and I believe who's the young, good-looking kid with the square jaw?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
He has like the perfect hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, hey, give me such and such an angle. Hey, let's move to I felt like it was like our producers in here.
Yeah.
Right. This camera, then this camera, the 2-shot, then the 1-shot, then Shane Brink. You know what I mean? It's like that on the fly. With inclement weather. I thought it was. Yes. Thank you. See, look.
Vickery. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, reliable.
Scotty, you got your back.
Always.
No, the way that they sort of interpret what they're physically seeing, either on the cameras or with their crews that are out there with the different types of radar and models, like it is genuinely impressive.
Yeah.
And I can definitely understand how there's like, it's not as cut and dry as this is what the radar says, this is what will happen. Like you kind of have to understand the context of everything. So I definitely understand how there are some people better at it than others.
Yeah. So I'm like, do I make reservations? I don't feel like driving the Lincoln back to back, but it wouldn't be the first or the 80th or the 100th time.
10 millionth time you've done that.
I've done that.
Yeah, you be staying in Lincoln.
Should I need to? Who are we kidding? I have a question though, Rico, because I'm trying to let you off the hook because I really, really, really genuinely like you. When you say biting your blanket, I just want to revisit it for a second.
Go ahead.
Like, are like your knees up and it's a scary movie and you got the covers pulled up?
No,
like,
I was just sitting there and
what are we doing?
I was sitting there and I didn't have anything to like throw, or I was like hitting the couch and hitting my legs. And it's just one of those, like, I just grabbed the blanket and I don't know. It was just something to do.
Stand up.
I'll be honest, man. I'm struggling with it.
That's okay.
It's
like, when you're like nervous and you don't have like, you don't know what to do with your hands.
I mean, I've done, yeah. I
like, it's just one of those things. And I'm like, I've never done that before. So I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm watching this game.
I'll like grab stuff.
Paced.
I'll grab stuff like to do something with my hands.
I didn't have anything.
I've jumped and punched the ceiling. I don't like.
Yeah, I've definitely.
So you need something.
I didn't until that exact second.
Didn't until I did.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're sitting there doing something, and all of a sudden you like kind of snap back and you're like, what the hell is happening right now?
I jump and punch the ceiling all the time. I do.
What were we just talking about on the way up here? Your ability to chime in with just weird things is impeccable. It's like
usually it's off the couch or I got to stand on the dresser or something, but
you got a trampoline in your house?
Trampoline.
Shane, you walk around so brittle. I can't even imagine you having to land without feeling like you were going to shatter every bone in your body.
I was going to say, the idea of Shane jumping is like a trip to the ER.
He walks like it hurts.
I've got glass bones and paper skin.
Anyway, I
had just put Miles down. Like, he had just fallen asleep. So I was also not trying to wake the kids up. But
man, my man said, I was biting the blanket.
I'll get up. I'll kind of pace. There'll be times where I'm like, I can't sit down. Right.
I couldn't move. I was sitting in the spot and the comeback started. So You know me, superstitious.
My probable go-to is movement. Like I'm gonna walk. Or pace or stand.
Grab something. You know, I got some like fidgety things on my desk or whatever. I'll like grab, or like I'll grab a football or something, just kind of like spin it in my hands.
I'm pretty sure Juan may be on dust this morning.
Yeah. I don't.
He sent me a message the other day about having a baby toothbrush, and I laughed, and I was like, nah, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Between Juan and Heath this morning, I don't.
Well, I get Heath, though, because he's a diehard Spurs fan.
Yeah, he's
they did play like their offense sucked. Everybody's catching on to Juan. Juan is foolish.
I'm sorry your Frenchmen throw up the white flag, as the French do quite often.
Oh, Lord. Is he really going to get Heath started?
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Damn, Heath.
Hey, I don't even know why you put the quarter in. I don't.
That's aggressive, Heath.
I didn't know Heath was a Spurs fan. Now that I know it, it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. No, they're He's
funny too. So when you have the ability to like be a prick and you're funny.
A little champagne for your thoughts.
I don't
like 5 of like who's Champagne?
Well, here's the thing.
The last year and a half, we used to joke about him in the group text.
Yeah, because he wasn't that good.
We're like, this was a while ago.
Yeah, this was like St. John Champagne. I remember. We're like, oh yeah, you're really gonna beat people with Julian Champagne? Apparently.
Oh man. Couple guys on that team playing now. That are in the league. Yes. And it's like, I didn't see that coming.
There's a couple of guys from like that era of the Big East. Like Max Strus is just out here, and I'm like, wait, the guy from DePaul?
DePaul?
Like what?
Bro, Champagne and Dylan Harper going off in the first quarter was really starting to piss me off.
Dylan Harper's a menace.
No, Dylan Harper's actually genuinely good. I don't know that he's ready to sustain this over.
No, but it was just every shot that went up was going down.
Really good.
Yeah, he is an absolute terror.
Castle's tough to watch.
I can't get into it.
Fox, I don't think is. This might be a hot take.
That's vintage one.
Everybody has their preferences.
Who says size doesn't matter? Anyway, I'm sorry. Carry on.
I think
Rico?
It's entirely possible. This might be a hot take, and you're not going to believe that I actually believe this because of how much I appreciate Wemby. But if you let me explain, I think you'll get it. I'm not sure anyone on San Antonio is good enough to fulfill the role they'd have to be for them to win a championship.
Oh my God!
No, listen to me. Listen, I knew you were going to do this.
Like right now or
at this moment?
Okay.
I mean, compared to the Knicks with their oodles of talent.
Hold on.
Hey, Josh Hart had like 2 points, but he had 15 boards.
Can't stand that. That's one guy I cannot get with. But go ahead.
Like
carry on.
There is obviously Wemby's there defensively, but there's clear offensive lags in his game where he can't get to the spots that he wants to all the time, depending on how you're guarding him. He settles for fadeaways and jumpers too often. Like there's a version of him that I think will exist a year or two from now that is way more qualified to be the number one option offensively on a championship team. Same thing with Dylan Harper. I think Dylan Harper can be the second best player on a championship team. I don't think he's that yet. I don't think De'Aaron Fox can be your second or third best player, although he is important to this team. Stephon Castle's being asked to do things that he's not currently, may never be good enough to do.
Who has more good NBA players now and in the future? San Antonio or the Knicks?
Into the future, yeah. San Antonio. Right now, I think the Knicks do.
Really?
I do.
Who's the Knicks' second best player?
Probably Cat.
Okay. So tomorrow,
Mhm.
you're picking a team. You taking Harper or Cat when you have to make a play? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I don't like bigs that much, but
Yeah,
I'll
just
I'll
say
go Harper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on what Cat's done in the playoffs, that should not have been a hard question.
So actually,
Cat was good last night.
Cat's played well. Cat's played better than you guys are giving. The
Like,
dude
Cat
just
put
had
up-
two-
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Based on what Cat's done in the playoffs, that shouldn't have been a hard question.
You
It's
would have
Cat.
said Cat.
Yeah, hands down. Tomorrow to make a play?
Yeah, you got to trust the guy tomorrow.
Yeah, you put the ball in his hands and he's got to make a play. Carl.
Let's say it's Cat, and then it's Nick. Who's the next guy?
For the Knicks?
Yeah.
OG.
I probably go OG.
Are we talking about guys that are next in line to make championship caliber plays? The answer's no.
Here's the problem, though. I don't trust anyone on the Spurs after that either.
Yeah, but to just single out the Spurs as that being their deficiency is wild, because Brunson's basically put that.
I get it.
Now they broom those guys, but we forget how in 2 of those 4
Against Cavs?
he literally took over the last 6 minutes.
Yeah,
of
had
the
to
game.
raise him from the grave. Yeah, had to Lazarus the whole thing. I get it.
There was no Robin.
I understand that.
Okay, so it's really both teams that have that problem of a consistent.
But if you take both of those guys off those teams,
Take off Harper.
Take
and
out Wemby.
take off
Take off
Brunson, take off Wemby.
Yeah.
Who's the better team?
I think it's the Spurs.
Really?
It's close.
Here's my issue.
I wish I could count on OG more.
Okay.
If I knew what I was getting. Listen, there are times your offense looks like trash too.
Yeah, no, I get that. Especially if you take off both, and Mike has learned this lesson. If you take Jalen and Cat off the court, that's a no-no.
Now, can I envision what you guys did when Willis Reed went to the locker room with the knee tweak, and you guys had to play offensively without him for a while, and you actually looked like kind of a functional team? Now, Wemby wasn't on the floor, so that helped. I don't think I could count on that 2 days in a row.
I mean, Cat's running the offense when Brunson isn't on the floor, and it still looks pretty good.
Dude,
You've got Jose Alvarado or Miles McBride as your point guard. You're not asking them to make plays. You're giving it to Cat at the top of the key, and you're having him make those passes.
Jose Alvarado versus like De'Aaron Fox or
Alvarado,
Josh Hart with Castle.
Alvarado's not the Hart, and Castle's probably the comp, either Hart or Bridges and Castle. But like Alvarado's comp would be
who's Fox's counterpart for New York? OG?
If I'm talking about third best player, probably.
I think advantage Fox.
I think
is that a hot take?
Offensively, no. I would say Fox, but defensively and just shot making, I would take OG.
Spurs are pretty good defensively, man. That backcourt is a
defensively.
terror.
I don't have a problem. I'm mostly talking about offensively.
That's why I was surprised that was his default.
I don't defensively. I don't have a problem with the Spurs at all. Like we saw what they did to Shea. We saw what they've done all year. Like defensively, I don't have a problem with the Spurs. Their offense is not consistent enough.
Now I would agree, Sid. I would agree with which version of Fox we're getting.
Yeah, there's a little again, but he's sort of a microcosm of the Spurs offense. It's just a little too sometimey.
So but here's the thing. Listen, out of context, if I just read. And I rock with Sid. I think I'm assuming it's on whatever. I rock with Sid a lot. So outside of if he just said Bridges, OG, and Cat over the Spurs 3 after Wemby, that's easy. So here's the thing about saying that. We've always wanted more from Bridges. We've always wanted more from OG.
We've always wanted more from Cat.
We've always wanted more from Cat. These guys have been in trade discussions. So singularly just saying that, yeah, when they're at their Optimus Prime, sure. The problem is it's like a dice game.
Yeah.
I don't know how easy it is. When you just look at it out of context, sure, the names are The names are better. It's better than Fox, Castle, and Harper.
Sure.
But it's certainly not easy. And if you watch what those guys did against OKC, I don't know. It should be easy. I mean, Cats had a 70-point game, a 60-point game. Like, I get what you're saying independently, but then the game actually plays out, and it's like Bridges can be like David Copperfield. This dude can disappear in front of 25,000 like that.
Yeah. Bridges is one of the more annoying players.
Maddening to cheer for.
Yes.
So I don't know about the easy part at all.
The one thing I will say about Bridges is because you've got two guys that have been the primary option on offensively on teams in Cat and Brunson, that I don't think you need. My problem with where the Spurs are at currently is they need too much from guys that I don't think are prepared to give that offensively.
So if you would have started with that, okay.
That's what I mean when I say I don't think any of their guys in the role they need from them this series offensively, I don't think are there yet.
Because I don't know how many games in a row you think you can get Cat initiating offense.
I mean, he's been doing it most of the playoffs.
Now, listen, he has Operation Bailout because of how they can run Brunson off those screens to get the ball back in his hands.
Absolutely. 100%. Like, listen,
I don't know.
Wemby was doing what you said yesterday when I said that Cat was going to be able to run the offense from the top. He was I'm saying Wemby was just in his grill and using his length, and he was not passing as well as he did the rest of the playoffs.
But he did a much better job yesterday.
He looked shaky.
He did. I will say, I thought he made a nice adjustment later, though, where he was beating Wemby to the rim.
Well, getting after the glass.
To the hoop. Yeah,
it wasn't with the ball in his hands.
No, he beat him a
couple times. He did.
I mean, I thought that was enough to loosen things up a little for him.
When they switched Wemby onto somebody else, and Cat was being guarded by who's number 30 for
Champagny.
Yeah,
by Champagny. That's what Cat was just getting to the.
Or when Cornette was in the game, he was abusing Cornette going to the hoop.
So I asked Ant, who, by the way, I was just playing that in the car. I put the phone on D&D because number one, I'm dialing into getting ready for 7-on-7.
Yeah,
but that dude is funny.
Yeah, funny dude.
The sidebar conversations and then getting back to the actual interview.
Yeah.
I was like,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
He said, "Oh, NAIA. Oh, man, good for you." Ravi said, "Oh, I caught a break. A friend of a friend. He took care of me. He was my boy. Played with him." He's, "Hey, man, stay with." I was like, whenever he can flip in and out of humor, and
like
depth,
being serious,
and insight,
he does a good job. I like him.
Well, let me say that before people go,
What was his line about? Do we know how fortunate we are to be born?
Oh yeah, he was like.
Now he's had some funny spurts.
If your dad had another drink that night, or
yeah, like you might not be here.
Was he talking about Bronny or LeBron?
Yeah,
and he's like, if he would have. What did he say? If he would have rubbed one out, he was not even here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, so you think the Spurs were almost a 2-1 favorite because of Wemby?
I think they were a 2-1 favorite because they beat OKC. And I think that was basically what the odds makers were looking at, because the consensus coming into this was the winner of the Western Conference Finals was going to be like, that was the de facto NBA champion, right?
Yeah. Sid, you're good. Like, the guys I like, because you're good, Sid. But I'm not even gonna go in. I'm cool. I respect the opinion.
The other thing that I have to admit here is
it's supposed to be, Juan. I don't know, man. It does release some endorphins.
There was always, I don't think there's enough concentration of chocolate in milk for that. You're talking about like the really high density, like dark chocolate stuff.
I hate chocolate, so I'm not parsing.
It's like yeah. You're talking about like,
Juan, we're definitely gonna hang out.
You need like the 98% like dark chocolate stuff to even get into the neighborhood of what he's talking about with endorphins and whatever. Anyway, there was a part of me, and I guess I didn't really realize this until
I didn't finish typing the Carol
probably last night, when I'm watching this, and I've seen Brunson do this over and over and over again, but like there was always a part of me that didn't really think like, hey, this guy is like actually one of those dudes, you know? And, you know, D Marinas in our group chat sent the clip of Becky Hammond kind of saying the same thing of like, hey, they don't have a dude. They don't have a 1A. And I've sort of mostly always felt that way about Brunson, but I've just seen him do this too many times and in the playoffs where I'm like, yeah, that can't really be true. Like,
yeah, I'm with you. So
it was hard to believe.
So to that point, that's why I didn't love the Spurs breakdown of why they're not ready, because certain players, the Knicks are kind of in the same boat, but Brunson is just that good where he could polish a turd.
Yeah, he tilts the weight of the entire series.
Because when he wants to be that ball dominant, he can finish.
Yeah.
He can make tough shots.
I'd say he'll pull up on you, which is
and
really...
he's going to find somebody open. So when I'm comparing him to Wemby, if you pull them all, Brunson is significantly, sounds crazy. I get it because of Wemby's this and Wemby's that. And
no, offensively, it's not close.
It's Brunson's playmaking.
Yeah, 100%. It's not close offensively.
Like,
I told you this.
Everybody's always got a chance to be open if you play with Brunson.
Including Brunson.
Right? And maybe you feel that way about Wemby, but did you watch the first 5 minutes? I'm crushing him on the group text because he can't make the right basketball play. Now, he may get that over time.
Yes.
But, dude, the forced fadeaway, the tough pull-up, like these guys are on the wings, right, with the shooting pocket ready. Just give them the peel.
Yeah, give them to him.
You know, and it's like, they're doing this with Wemby on the bench. I'm like, because the ball's moving better.
The thing that I'm obsessed with about Wemby is watching him defensively. I
hate chocolate one.
I find it like mesmerizing to watch Wemby defensively. Offensively, I don't. To your point, this is, and again, I should have been more specific about Spurs on offense and the roles that they have to play. But he's certainly not, I don't think he's good enough to be the best offensive player on a championship team today. I don't think he's there yet.
Wemby?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
That's
what I meant.
That's a pretty solid take.
That's what I meant. I should have been very much more specific. And I don't think on down the line, like I don't think anybody on the Spurs right now is good enough today to be the second best offensive player on a team that wins a championship. I think Harper can get to either 1 or 2 because Harper is crazy good and will be crazy good.
Yeah, because for all the talk we have, and I don't listen. I know sometimes you think I'm hard on Wemby. I'm just telling you guys, and you saw it last night. You saw it last night, and this isn't Brunson's first rodeo. When Brunson is on the floor, there's a really, 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 really good chance he's the best player on the floor offensively.
Against most teams.
Like,
that's no argument.
Everyone's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson.
I mean, and listen, zero disrespect to SGA.
Yeah.
He's waking up seeing the Spurs backcourt in his sleep.
Oh, yeah. They harassed and tortured him.
But when it mattered, and Brunson wasn't setting the world on fire. I think he was like 7 of 22 at one point. But guess what happens when it matters?
Yeah, when it was time to go, he went.
It's JB time.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point, which is kind of bad, that every fourth quarter with the Knicks, I'm just expecting Brunson to score like 20.
No, like
that's so not true, TK. God, I hate your guts. Like I stumbled into a few of those.
Nobody has any idea what you're talking about.
I know. TK does because I.
Yeah, no, I know. It's fine.
It's not like I said, "Oh, hey, let me fall in love today." No, that's not really my style.
Yeah, it's not like you're like on Amazon. You put the filter on. You're like, only these, only those.
Yeah, could you guys further explain just for our podcast listeners? For those, okay.
Listen, Neutron, get out of here.
You're not getting me with the Alexander Zverev today.
Just trying to produce,
Yeah, Austin's just being a great producer.
I've rocked with this dude for 30 minutes. And the minute he gets a chance to turn state's evidence,
see you.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I just said nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh no.
I think the Brunson thing for me is for a long time it felt more like
you guys should see my catalog. It's what?
Catalog's a wild way to put it.
What, like the JCPenney catalog?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Montgomery Ward.
Big Sears guy back.
No, actually, that's a big East Bay guy.
Interesting use of JCPenney there.
Just flipping through the pages.
Julian Champagny? What? I'm trying to get back to basketball.
Me too.
No, I think for a long time, and this sounds more disrespectful than I mean it, but for a long time I thought of Jalen Brunson as second Isaiah Thomas. Like that dude scored like 30 points a game over the course of NBA season, but I never was like, yeah, he can lead you to a title.
Do you know what Isaiah Thomas averaged for his career scoring was?
The second Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, you're talking
I was about to say which Isaiah Thomas.
Boston Isaiah Thomas.
Got you.
Like that dude for an entire season scored like 30 points a game. I think that team made the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, but I at no point was like that guy can lead you to a title. That's how Brunson has felt to me, even though he's a better version and obviously a more consistent version of that. Like he always sort of just felt like the guy that would get to you to a certain point, could lead you during the regular season, and he's just better than that. And it took me a long time.
You know what I used to think of
realize
Brunson?
that.
I said, God, this guy's just a bad shot maker. That's what I would say to myself. And I was chuckling. I was capping a series with somebody over text, and I go, you know, the funny thing about, and this is on the heels of Jason Kidd getting fired.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of the last of the guys of the Mark Cuban of that era that had anything to do with Doncic. And I'm like, God, the Mavericks passed on signing Brunson, who wanted to stay
for like 4 years, $50
in
million.
Dallas for dirt cheap. You could have paid that guy $19 million.
I think the offer he wanted at the time was 4 years, 55.
Yeah.
Which is nothing.
Like, and now he's got his team playing for a ring.
And I say this with,
could have re-signed, like they had him under control.
Yes.
And they're like,
we're good. This is why whenever anybody has, either like imposter syndrome or they're like, I'm not really qualified for this job, I'm not going to apply to it. I'm like, listen,
you never know.
There are people who are terrible at their jobs that are going to have the confidence to apply for this. Just give it a shot. Like
shoot your shot.
Man. Like Natasha's a phenomenal chef, but like she hasn't had as many like leadership positions as her skill level would indicate because she's still pretty young in this career. And so I'm like, a couple years back, she was looking for something new to get out of the hotel, and she's looking at jobs and she's like, oh, I don't have the experience they want, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. And I was like, just go for it. I was like, first of all, you're in the culinary industry, so if you're sober and can pass a drug test and a criminal background check, you've got a pretty good shot. Like that filters out about 70% of your competition right there in the culinary industry. And I'm not disparaging. Everybody who's ever worked in that industry knows what I'm talking about. Secondly, I was like, some mediocre chef is going to apply for this job, and they might look better on paper, but they have to do the cook test still.
Yeah, but sometimes, man, it's just the willingness to fail.
Exactly.
Like that's a huge part of it.
Yeah,
like,
that's the difference.
Do you have the balls to just put them on a platter and be like, look, man, I'm ride or die. Like I'm all in.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't, though, because they're afraid what comes with being in the books as the guy that didn't get it done, or being a meme in 20 minutes by the time you're done with your press conference or whatever, man. So people just don't take chances.
I think as much as anything, this was what it was like for me, at least before I went through some extensive therapy. And then that's where you find me just telling DB the first time I met him, hey, let's do a show together.
I just think that's what I want. Listen, I was about to take another job. Dead serious. This dude says, hey, man, Like, can you at least give this a try? Like, that's all I'm asking. Huh? Why'd you have to ask me like that? You're tugging at my heartstrings and my purse strings, and now I'm poor. But hey, I love working with you. Damn it.
To this day.
What a dickhead.
My bad.
What happened?
It's fine.
We have fun though, right?
Yeah.
Good morning again.
I'm out here pinching pennies.
I'm glad you're here, Damon.
Zip it.
I think of for a lot of people, as much as anything, it's they cannot separate the idea of failure of who they are as a human being.
Yeah. They
Like,
just like, put it all to.
Too much indicated, or too much of an indicator of their self-worth, that if they fail, then they're worth less. And that separating that, I think, can be really, really useful in just about every phase of life.
Dang. What don't you know? Hot is an interesting cat. I was thinking about this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to give him too much credit because you guys are going to be onto it by the time we draft. And it's not necessarily a person specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's range in which I would be looking for as a scout. I'm looking for 5'2" people. You know what I mean?
He's not a big money ball guy. You want the old school scouting department?
Because sometimes I'm gonna be on a heater and I'm gonna need people to be aggressive. Sometimes I'm gonna be funny and I need some humor.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna be philosophical and I'm gonna need some depth. Like Hot is interesting. But although what got my attention though, outside of his humor and one-liners, is he called me out on the LeBron Kobe thing, and it gave me pause to think about what it is that I really admired about one versus the other.
Oh, I mean, I can tell you.
He was like, "That's wild to me," and I was like, "Oh, but why?"
Oh, you know what's funny? I wish.
Tell me more.
Do we have an 8 o'clock?
How do you? Okay.
I think TK's just screaming, set the line up.
I've been dying to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because you send the rundown every night.
I sure do.
Every night.
Yep.
Tinker with it. We're going to move it. How do you forget who's on the show? It's classic.
I do it all.
We don't have an 8 o'clock, by the way.
Bro, listen, Rick, I'm laughing in my head.
I'm also very confused. Like, you're the one that said it.
Nobody else is on the rundown, just me, right?
No, Rico, Austin, and Sasha.
Okay, so you read through those, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you get the sense he knows who's on the show?
I would think / hope so.
Do you know how much of that rundown is just copy and paste? You guys don't hit any of the topics.
That's not true.
Austin's
Well, yes, it is. But you know what he does?
I move him around.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he'll move a topic that you're definitely not going to talk to from 8 o'clock to 9:45, just so he makes sure you don't talk about it.
Hey, do you think we'll ever get to Matt Rule talking about getting the best 11 players on the field?
Absolutely not.
I promised myself we would get to
We've
that.
got till September. It's fine.
How have we not gotten to that?
I'm mad because I make
That's
those
by
lower
far and
thirds.
away the thing that's been on the rundown the longest that we haven't gotten to.
I'll usually make those, like, if it's something new, I'll make the lower third, and then it just sits there.
We've got Bleacher Report and their best 15 pure scorers. That's been on there a minute too. That and the Rule one are the longest ones.
The best 11 thing is
that's been on there since spring ball, like early spring ball.
I admire your stick-to-itiveness.
Oh, I'm not bothered by
because
it.
you weave it in once a week. Somehow I could say, hey man, I hate the edge up on my grass. Yeah, it kind of edges. It kind of reminds me of like how we get the right edge out there. You know, Rule said something. It's like, I see you trying. I do.
Listen, as long as we get to it before September, it's fine.
I don't know why it's not like it's intentional that I don't want to talk about it.
No.
I think it's a fascinating discussion.
The reason I asked is because you were asking about the difference between Kobe and LeBron. And there is...
Well, he asked me a philosophical question, and Hot doesn't strike me as
overly philosophical.
Right? And I had to eat it. I was like, no, I see that's a good point. Like, I see what you're saying.
So I'm gonna weave this in to Do we have the tennis clip I sent you yesterday? The Sabalenka clip?
Oh God.
Give me a second. I'll grab it.
Okay. Because I have a question about the clip that, because Arena Sabalenka, she's the number 1 player in the world on the women's side, just full on collapsed yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Just full on meltdown. And it seemed like
and this is on the heels of me reiterating for the 227th time.
You just can't get
during
there.
the show. I said I just can't rock with her,
which is totally understandable. What I find interesting though, and it's not about tennis, it's about like athlete mentality. And I can set this up, and maybe we'll take a break while Rico.
Can I just tell you why though? Because I don't think I've ever explained why.
Okay.
She gets a pass for being very emotionally fragile because she wins.
This is exactly what I want to talk about.
Like
exactly what I want to talk about.
It drives me. Like if this was Coco Gauff or
which it has been at times,
Naomi Osaka,
which it has been at times.
Like it's like, but because when it's rainbows and butterflies and she's barely dressed and she's doing warm-ups, we're like, oh, we love her. Her tennis, I mean. And it's like, that's not it. You're captivated by her prowess. The game is incredible, but is anybody listening?
Her ability is incredible.
Or watching how she acts?
Yes.
She gets a pass.
So this is what I find fascinating, because it happened yesterday with Sabalenka, and she said something that I find really interesting in the post match presser. But I actually think LeBron is actually a person I was thinking of specifically when I was thinking about this, because I'm curious if there is in your mind.
Well, you hold it.
Okay, let's take a quick break. I do think there's a difference between like Kobe, Michael, LeBron, like the Sabalenkas of the world,
Serena, like Tigers.
Yes.
When we start talking about elite talents and winning
and mentality, I think there's, but I want to ask you about it, because I think there might be a distinction that I haven't made before. Maybe you have, that I want to talk about here. So
hey, you guys, is it safe to Google Bobby Lee? I want to know what Juan has my attention somehow again.
Yes, are you Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee?
He's an Asian comedian.
How do I remind him of Bobby Lee?
I'll show you a clip. It's hilarious.
I don't know.
All right, educate your boy.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, I just think that this year the guys behind closed doors were able to see what a true player-led team looks like, and so the guys that are going to be back understand that that's really where it starts. So, you know, our job as coaches is to go out and try to improve the roster this summer, find the right pieces of the puzzle, because that's the way you keep the momentum. But these guys, again. Sometimes you just have to do it to prove that it can happen, you know, and we did that 25 years ago when nobody thought we'd ever have a chance to play in the College World Series at the University of Nebraska. We did it, you know, and it's been 18 years since we hosted a regional. We've got the most wins since we've had since 2005, you know. These guys have laid the groundwork, but it doesn't just stop there, right? And these guys have proven time and time again that the best teams are player-led, and that's what they have. That's what we have to take to next year, is the understanding of the guys in the clubhouse, of what it takes to set the standard every single day. And they've had amazing ambassadors for that.
we weren't selling Jell-O to make a living, obviously. It was just fun. And, the fun exploded, and social media took it to a whole nother level. And so at that point, when you realize now you're selling thousands of Jell-O shots, so I'm sitting at home the very first Saturday. What am I going to do? Do we get back to the teams? Do we get back to the players? What do you do? And then I got online and just started looking, and that's when we found the food banks. And so you get on the food bank at Arkansas, and you get in the food bank at Ole Miss and these places, and you realize how important it is to these people. And, we were just coming off of COVID, and, a couple things that, kind of got to me there was when I was looking at the food banks, at Ole Miss, 49% of the people that were using the food bank were actually employees. Because you forget, when COVID hit and those schools shut down. So as soon as we saw that and I realized what a big need that was for those schools, it was a no-brainer. So I woke Bonnie up and I said, okay, let's just run this through the rest of the series. These two schools are obviously tearing it up, and we'll donate to each one of their food banks, and it'll be a good thing for everybody. And then it just continued to explode.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. I don't know what DB's doing over there, but we're over here at Hurrdat.
That's the Mark Madsen.
We're over here at Hurrdat Sports HQ.
I don't think that's a stretch. LeBron is the 5th best Laker, maybe.
If you're talking about his time as a Laker, yes, absolutely.
It's not a stretch at all. That's a very accurate comment.
The people that get mad about that are
Mark Madsen.
The people that get mad, yeah, you gave a list, and so I just started naming random Lakers. I thought Smush Parker might be a bridge too far, but if you're talking
Smoke a blunt,
people, Nick Young,
Corey Blunt.
Oh, okay. I was a big Cedric Ceballos guy.
Hey, I told you I rock with Ced.
You didn't like Nick Van Exel though, right?
And you know what? I forgot about Shaq.
Eddie Jones.
Shaq better Laker than LeBron.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
But I think what people do is they think of LeBron's entire career.
So here's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to just keep going with this. This is why you should not be upset with me about always finding the good piece of cheese.
Why?
Because if I would have just rested, if I'd have just landed the plane on the first thing that Radman said to me, I wouldn't have seen anything smart after that he said.
Yeah.
But after that, the clown's comment, he's been fine.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get super moved by other people's opinions. Opinions are cool.
But I mean, these are his opinions too.
When you're pawning them off, when you're using, no. So it's like this. Can I hold your hand?
Sure.
Just hold your hand. My hands are cold, aren't they? It's kind of weird. I'm not going to hold your hand. It'd be like biting a blanket.
We didn't interlock fingers. We're okay.
Yeah. So I'm not that dude. I'm probably. You want me to practice?
Sure, go ahead.
It's like this. So if I'm this guy.
Okay.
Is
just
that
clasp?
Cool?
Just hand clasp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're not an interlocking fingers guy?
No, mostly because they're terrible and they don't go the same direction.
Oh, they don't bend the way they're supposed to?
Yeah, but anyway.
I get a little bit of that. I got some ligament issues.
It's kind of weird. Save it, blanket biter.
What do you mean?
It was like what's his buckets yesterday, who actually ended up being fine. Jimmy the Greek. Everybody comes in. It's probably the same 3 people with like different names, but Jimmy the Greek came in and he's kind of a menace. He's like, oh, glory days, old story of the 90s. I was like, that wasn't the point of the story.
Yeah.
Right? Because the context of the conversation was having people come in as program changers, but it takes other people's help.
Yeah, we're talking about the savior complex.
The savior complex, right? So I used even the guy that was the most highly touted quarterback that Coach Osborne ever recruited. It wasn't rainbows and butterflies, right? Which was the comparison to Trey Taylor and trying to recruit. Not that he's Tom. You have to be very specific. Not that he's T phrase, but when you recruit like-minded people,
you give yourself a shot.
You give yourself a chance.
And you're frankly, let's be honest here, Nebraska is trying to put together what would be the modern equivalent of that 92 class. Like they're trying to, like that's what they're trying to do with the 2027 class.
Yeah, and
like a class that elevates and changes the trajectory of your program.
You want to know one of the main reasons why I would rock with Trey Taylor?
Why's that?
Nobody would know this other than the 50 people that were at Westside yesterday. We have 7-on-7. It's hotly contested, talented. It's Millard North. It's Westside. That's a spectacle on its own. The Hurrdat crew was there, right? Getting film. A lot of high-end talent. Who's sitting in the stands?
Who?
Trey Taylor and Tay Ellis. Chilling.
Yeah.
At our 7-on-7. I said, Trey, man, come here, man. What's up? You know, he didn't want to come down. He's like, oh, God, what does this old man want? And had the stones and the wherewithal to just, no big deal, man. I'm just checking things out and comfortable doing that. You got a chance.
Yeah.
That's not lacking self-awareness. I'm just doing me. If you guys have a problem with that, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because just
that's a comfortable in your own skin thing.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. You can tell he's very comfortable operating when most people wouldn't be.
And that gives you a shot.
Like, that told me a ton. I'm like, hey, man, you have got to be able to do things like that.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to be able to read things on social media that ain't too cool.
Yeah.
And just keeping on. Like, you can tell he's received criticism, has been groomed to handle criticism and keep it pushing. I don't know if that means he's the QB of the future. I'm just telling you that his attributes,
his temperament,
gives him a chance to be highly successful. Because he could give a what?
Kind of gets into what we were talking about before the break on like the mentality of certain athletes. And I want to make a distinction here because we talk about like mentally tough in like a very general sense a lot of times. We're like, they don't have the mental toughness. They don't have the mental toughness, whatever. I want to, Rico, can you play the clip of Sabalenka real quick?
Hey, B2.
Because this is where this all started for me.
No thoughts, no emotions. Just want to quit tennis right now, but we'll see. We'll see in a few days. Hopefully I'll get back on track mentally.
So if you take that clip, in addition to what we saw on the court yesterday, you go, hey, pretty mentally fragile person. That's how it comes off.
As you like to say, fragile?
This is also, that's actually how you pronounce it every time. It's fine, though. I'm not a big Christmas Vacation guy. I think that movie sucks. Or Christmas Story.
It's called projection.
Oh, like on the little like monitors.
No, we say things about other people that are really true about ourselves.
Oh, gotcha. That some people could say that's a sign of being mentally fragile.
Well, I'm telling you, man, you need a profiler. Hire your boy.
So, like you see what she's up 4-1 in the second set, collapsed, loses 0-6 in the third, like full on. And it wasn't a Sinner situation where like the heat got to her. It was like 70 degrees out yesterday. She just collapsed mentally, right? And this is also a person.
I love how you snuck in 0-6.
Well, you know, we were talking about Sabalenka is the proper way to say it. Anyway, this is a person who several years ago straight up had the yips on her first serve and was able to overcome it. So like there's some version of her that is able to endure through things mentally. And there's a version of her that we saw yesterday that can collapse mentally as well. I think, like, is there in your mind a difference between like macro mental toughness and micro mental toughness? Like mental toughness over the long haul versus mental toughness in a moment? Because I would look at a person.
I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
And I think you have to start with the micro
to even get to the macro.
Correct. Which is weird to go inside out, because you need the micro because it's in the moment. It's right now. You can have this grandiose 30,000 foot view of the macro, but then when the heat gets put on you, it's like, ooh, what's the practical application?
Because I actually wonder about that with
that's my personal opinion. I'm dealing with that, like in my own household, right? Because I coach a guy. I coach a temperament where I think he was kind of fragile mentally, but I know he's very competitive.
Yeah.
Right. But when some guys don't think you should be out on the field, or when you give up a touchdown and it's like, well, why is this guy out here? And there needs to be the practical sense right now in the moment to get your little narrow ass up off the bench, untuck your chin, and go play ball.
Can I make a distinction real quick?
Absolutely.
Because I think
distinctions are good.
I understand what you mean in terms of micro moments building the overall mental toughness, right?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? And maybe I'm getting too granular here, but this is what I was thinking about with, and like
LeBron was a better Laker than Mike and captain.
Not better than Jerry West was, though. Somebody brought up Jerry West earlier. Jerry West is one of the best Lakers of all time. Anyway, I know you're not a Jerry West guy.
I am, but never mind. Go ahead.
So I understand, like, you use small moments to build mental toughness. Is there a difference between small moments when things are difficult versus small moments where there's pressure applied? Because,
well, what do you mean when you say difficult? Is there no pressure and it's still difficult? Like just hard?
I mean, I think physically difficult and getting through that can make you mentally tough, but there's not necessarily a pressure there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just, I'll give you Monday. Mo Purify. Mo Purify is a guy that wore long sleeves. I told you he never missed practice. A very, very good worker.
Yeah, he's a great weight room guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Good lifter. Unequivocally on Monday, he said this was the hardest day of anything I have ever done in my life, because he is in Lincoln. That is the
physical.
That's the physical toughness of what you're talking
in the
about.
micro moments that can build the overall.
Correct.
But we don't know yet if at college he can withstand the pressure of a moment.
When you're like 8th on the depth chart, and all of a sudden your number's called and you only have 4 reps,
3rd and 8, and
that's not about being in the 80-degree or the 90-degree heat with but I kind of think it is.
So here's my point, though. This is exactly where I'm going, because I think in order to get the macro mental toughness, you have to go through the physical micro moments.
If you're doing a good job, this is good. If you're doing a good job of correlating how mental and physical toughness coexist, because your mind should be able to hang in there significantly longer than your body, but it's really
for most people it's opposite.
It's the other way around, right? Your body is capable of doing more things and has less limitations than we put on it.
Then your mind will let you, unless you've conditioned it otherwise.
Correct.
Right? But there is a further step there of taking the physical endurance, the building yourself up to get the mental toughness, and then having that apply in pressure situations. That last application is what I'm talking about with Sabalenka and with LeBron, right? Not to say LeBron's never had pressure situations where he's thrived, because he had. But I look at the 11 finals. He wilted. Like, he crumbled in that. Like, I think anybody who watches basketball knows that. We've seen situations where he passes up shots he should probably take at the end of games, right? I don't know if that's a mental thing or he thinks he's making the right basketball play thing, but I know the 11 finals against the Mavs was a mental thing, right? So in a pressure moment, the first time he was actually supposed to win in a finals, he wilted. But in order to play in the NBA until you're 41 years old, there has to be a level of mental toughness to put yourself through that, right? Sabalenka, in order to be, like, tennis players, I think, are incredibly mentally tough because of what their day-to-day is, right? Like, that's a challenging sport day-to-day to get yourself ready for.
Very similarities of baseball, too, with a lot of downtime to manage your own emotions.
And a lot of work on your own.
And the other thing is it's like a bad swing and a miss at a pitch, knowing you got to get right back in the batter's box after, an unforced error on a forehand, a waist-high forehand, which that thing,
or you take
is in
one
the stands. It's like,
yeah, or you take a serve at 140 and the first service game of the match, and you go, oh, I got to do this all day.
Yeah,
right. Like there is hey, you got to get back up and do it again. Like that went really badly. Get back up, do it again. But I also know. So I don't question Sabalenka's macro mental toughness to get herself to do that day after day after day after day. But in a micro sense, we saw it last year at the French Open against Coco Gauff in the final. We saw it this year in the French Open against I lost her name, that beat her, Schrader, that beat her yesterday in the quarters. Like we have seen her collapse in pressure moments. And so I think when we talk about, and I'm going to relate this back to Nebraska football because I talked about tennis for too long. I don't want to lose people. I think when we talk about the mental toughness of Nebraska,
that's a shame. You have to curb that. People's intellect is better.
I know. I was mostly kidding, but I do think
I couch it too.
I do think there's a good example here with Nebraska football because we talk about mental toughness of the team when we see them lose in pressure situations, and we assume, and sometimes this has been true, we assume they haven't been conditioned with the physical part of this to get them to where they need to be from a mental toughness standpoint.
I see you.
And I don't think that's true
I see you.
now. I think it has been true in the past. But just because they have the macro mental toughness, you still need a unique mindset, whether it's a Trey Taylor, whether it's a Tay Ellis, whether it's a Caleb Benning, whether it's I say Caleb because I have a better sense of his mindset than a lot of these other people. Whether it's Ja'Cory Barney, whatever it is, right? Yeah. You still, I think there's a part of it that's like personally ingrained in people because I don't know if Kobe's competitiveness in moments was learned or bred or trained, but it's not normal. I know that, right? I don't know if Michael Jordan's competitiveness and clutch gene or Jalen Brunson's competitiveness and clutch gene is like a natural inherent thing, or if they learned it or trained it or something along the way. What I do know is it's not normal, even though a lot of other people are at least in the neighborhood on macro mental toughness. They've set themselves apart in the pressure moment mental toughness. And I think that's where Nebraska, that's when we talk about like, hey, when Matt Rule talks about with us and gets lambasted for saying, hey, you gotta recruit toughness too. You do. You have to recruit because you can train this part. But when I need a guy to make a throw on 3rd and 14, like Baker Mayfield, you can't teach what Baker Mayfield has. There's a lot of stuff I wish Baker Mayfield had, but this part I don't question ever. Right? Like there's a part of him that can perform in a moment that I don't question ever. There's only a certain type of dude that could come in to Los Angeles on a Tuesday, lead a game-winning drive on a Thursday, having never practiced or read the playbook, basically. Like that's a different type of dude in terms of mental toughness and in the moment competitiveness that you do have to recruit that type of guy. Cause I don't think that is something you can necessarily train, at least not by that point. Like if a guy's 20 and doesn't have that yet, more often than not, it's probably not going to get there. But if a guy's 8 and he doesn't have that yet, there's still a shot. By the time you get to him in college, I don't know how much of that part is still up for debate, whether you're wired that way or not.
So how much of it do you think having been through it before? Like the situation?
I think...
Do you know why I asked the question?
I do. I want to say almost none.
Really?
Because I understand that you may not succeed at it the first time, but if you're wired the right way, that failure doesn't change the way you're wired. Like if you're built for that moment, regardless of the result, I think you were built for it when you got there. Now it might like kind of spur you on or something, but like I think the guys that are wired that way are wired that way.
Pull up Nebraska's last year's schedule.
Okay.
The finals. I anecdotally, I just want to put something to the test, but if I don't have enough case studies off the top of my head, all
right, Nebraska football 2025 schedule. I've got it.
How many one-score games were there?
Wins or losses?
Wins or losses. I know Cincinnati.
6.
6. How many of those were wins other than Cincinnati?
3.
They were?
Mhm.
No, the games.
Oh, sorry. Maryland, 34-31.
Okay.
Northwestern, 28-21. And UCLA.
Northwestern had to kind of come back, though.
Yeah. And UCLA, 28-21.
UCLA, they got out in front.
Yeah, UCLA had to come back a little bit too. And then Maryland, they got out ahead quite a bit as well. And then you had the 3 interceptions, and then they had to come back.
So I do think an example would be Nebraska finally won a close game late in which they had to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I asked you, do you have to have been there before? I don't know. Did that help them against Maryland?
Maybe.
It wasn't really a thing with UCLA and Northwestern, in my opinion. Although late, you did have to get a stop against UCLA, kind of. Because what people say is, and this is fascinating, because one of the things people get mad at Coach Rule about is talking about speaking close games into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, hey, it doesn't have to be that way. And then last year, he elevated the doing hard things and winning close games. Like, hey, it didn't have to be like this. In Maryland, you're up 2 scores. You have a chance for the kill shot.
You throw 3 picks.
We throw picks,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fascinated by the whole needing to go through it to know what it feels like as like the practical application, because I think it's different. I do. Because what do people want to do? They want to recruit winners.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we hear. He's a winner. He's a winner. He's a winner. She's a winner. She's a winner. But I think what we're really saying is, what have they been through? And we've seen them succeed.
We really want to recruit toughness.
Right? Because I don't think you want somebody that
has been a front runner their whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the concern with Trevor Lawrence.
It's just a fascinating discussion.
Because
I think you want calluses, don't you?
So I'll say this. I think sometimes
I don't. I file mine down.
I think sometimes you need to have been through it in order to be successful in that situation the next time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that changes like the DNA of the people in it. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you're that guy, you're that guy. You may need to fail at it first to totally understand the practical application of what you need to do in order to overcome in that situation.
Wait, does anybody have Facebook? I'd like to message Dave Johnson.
No, you don't.
You gonna get another one of those crypto trucks? Or?
Oh, I took that out on you, but I wanted to body slam Shane. Like, I just wanted to scoop him up, just be like,
hey, Damon.
He goes, no, you don't. What? Blanket.
God did. Can we just send the voice over the?
Never mind. I'm not gonna get.
Does that ever happen to anybody? Somebody.
What do you mean?
Some good has to have happened to somebody with that, hasn't it?
No, not a soul.
I feel bad for somebody that's actually trying to do that, because it's never gonna work.
Wait a second. What's the harm in saying God did?
Oh no, man! You gotta watch out. What's the harm in voting for your friend's podcast?
Wow.
Damn.
Well, God did it.
Shut up, Shane. He said, no, said Austin laughing. Let me read my man Lance. Somebody's got to bold that for me. Oh, I can. Duh. There's a clutch gene, but great programs also develop it. Young guys being around vets who play with calm and clutch allows them to feel that a team that has belief. Belief is powerful. Like,
I get that. What I'm talking about,
I know you're next leveling
is guys that their belief is not circumstantial or externally generated.
Yep.
Those are the guys, because those are the guys you need. Like that's what I was talking about with Jalen Brunson.
Is it weird that I said one of the things that I like about Trey is he's never played, like his teams haven't always been the most successful.
Yeah.
Like it's been a little bit grimy. And he still works.
I mean, I think his sophomore year they won three games.
Yeah.
And then last year they won 9 at the same place, and he helped them get to that place.
It's weird too, because I heard Hammer say this on Emmett and Hammer yesterday talking about Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And he's upset that people are so upset about losing Myles Garrett. And he goes, look, man, like Myles Garrett isn't Lawrence Taylor, and he was making the comparison. And he goes, like, I'm not saying versus Myles Garrett because he's not, but it's not everything that people are making it out to be. So he used Myles Garrett's greatness to kind of buoy verse, but then wanted to differentiate the greatness. And he said something interesting. He said Lawrence Taylor never played on 3-win teams. And I was like,
football's hard for that.
So that's what I'm saying.
Especially positionally.
Well, you got to understand, though.
Like, if you told me, because I said this, I bet D. Marinas and Padilla would remember this. I said this to them when everybody just assumed Markelle Fultz was the number 1 draft pick in that class. I was like, should I care that they only won 7 games? Because I do. At Washington that year.
Yeah.
In basketball, I'll use that metric all day. That's one of the greatest cases for Tim Duncan's greatness is 50 wins for 19 straight years. That's unreal. Like, that's an unbelievable stat. That might be one of my favorite stats in basketball history. That's stupid how much he elevates your floor. But in football, I don't buy that. Like, there's a lot of great defensive players that have nothing. Like is Joe Thomas as less of a good football player because he played for the Browns?
No, but I do think those are the 2 greatest players in their franchise. Maybe.
Absolutely. But that's a franchise problem. That's not a them problem.
No disrespect to Jim Brown. I'm sorry.
I know you're not a big Jim Brown guy.
No, listen, I rock with Jim Brown. This is so stupid. I'm not even going to get into it. Jim Brown gives me Jerry West vibes, but it's okay. Because while Jerry West may have been the greatest Laker, like Jerry West wasn't even ever better than like Pistol Pete, but nobody says that. So I always worry. So I always worry about. This is a dumb distinction, but I make it because I'm a distinction guy, right? Like it's the Jeremiah, it's the Smith thing. Great player, great wide receiver. But how we talk about him, is he that good?
Yeah. Is he that much better than Jackson Smith and Jigba? Or
like, is he that good?
Chris Olave, or
you know what I mean?
Pick a guy. Yes.
So that's where I'm at with that. I don't know.
Captain brought up Tyson Terry. I actually think that's a great example. You know his personality better than I do.
Give me what did Cap?
I think in the context of like pressure guys, because I look at him and I go, okay, that's a dude that was going for everything at state wrestling. Right? His senior year, everything was on the line, and he was dealing with a torn ACL at the same time. That's a dude whose belief is not
to mention his personal life.
Yes. But that's a dude whose belief is not circumstantial.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll take that's the type of guy I'm talking about, where
that's my don't need a babe. We're saying the same thing.
Yes, just in different ways.
Yeah.
But I was making the distinction because I think a lot of times we apply the mental toughness part to this thing over here in terms of being able to be built. And I don't know that thing can be built by the time they get to the University of Nebraska or anywhere else. I think that gets built when you're a kid, if it's built at all. It might just be wired that way. This is a nature versus nurture conversation at that point. But by the time you get to Division I football, you are or you aren't. That's how I feel.
Now, yes, I'm not even going to overthink it.
You can build this,
but
you can build that.
The attributes can be
accentuated, honed,
yeah,
sharpened. 100% agree. But if it's not there, it's not there.
God,
This is why I'm obsessed with Caleb Wilson. And when we're talking NBA draft guys, Caleb Wilson is the only guy we're talking about in that range of guys that I'm like zero question about what I think is inside of that dude.
He's a great kid too, Chuck.
Trey?
Yeah, no, Luke.
Oh, Luke.
I
yeah. Sorry.
I went to school with his mom. Like it's interesting. Because to your point, I think especially when you say football is different at the quarterback spot, most of these guys haven't been unsuccessful enough, if that makes any sense.
This is why I like Anthony Colandrea.
I think these highly touted guys should have gone through some muck.
Yeah. I need you to fail at some point so I know what happens, because it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And if you haven't experienced it yet, this is like a Malcolm Gladwell thing where he has this whole,
my man, I know where you're going.
He has this whole section of one of his books where he's talking about allowing children to fail in low stakes environments. Mm-hmm. This is why I like sports.
That's the only reason I parent. Well, it's a big reason why I parent the way I do.
Like, you have to let them try and figure some things out for themselves when they're, and again, it's structured failure, right? Like, you don't want them to be in a situation where they're going to come to any harm, but they need to feel a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, and be able to figure it out, right? And so if you don't have that when you're young, that's why I say I'm not sure if I do think some people are just wired different, but I think a lot of it is the way you're raised in terms of, were you allowed to fail? Were you allowed to figure it out? Were you allowed to do things on your own and fail and come back and do it again and get it right?
See that, Joe Good, that's we don't know. Statistically, sure. But like, I've had this conversation about Sims, right? It's like we get back after it's not like, that's not accurate.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate. But unless Joe Good is saying statistically,
I don't even think it's that close statistically.
Well,
but I'm going to look
in terms of turnovers, there's the ratio. Severe's done it. Like, he's on this, not kick, but he's okay. Yeah, he's talking numbers wise. He's not far off. He's not.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
But the thing you can't measure, and I just thought it was fascinating, and Coach Rule couldn't say it real time, and I wasn't gonna. I said it to some degree, but remember when Sims was coming back off the ankle and he wanted to go with Harburg,
mm-hmm.
and I said, this is it's a little surprising, and he's like, look, man, like, he said, quarterbacks are different. He said, you don't know until they go through the fire, right? Yeah. Like, he said, I'm learning this the hard way.
He said you have no idea what you have until they're out there.
Yep. Which is why PJ Walker went there. You think he planned on PJ Walker being that guy?
No, but didn't plan on Charlie Brewer being that guy either, because he tried to bench him as a sophomore.
And he's
like, nope, I'm that guy.
Trying to get rid of PJ too.
Yeah.
Right. So, because it doesn't look a certain way.
Yeah.
But I do think quarterbacks are different in that regard, and I think that's a huge distinction between AC and Sims' temperament.
So, for the record, they have within 100 pass attempts. Sims is about at 900. Colandrea is almost at 1,000. Sims is at 57% career. Colandrea is at 64.
I think he's talking turnovers.
I'm getting to turnovers, and the ratio is 41-35 for Sims versus 49-29 for Colandrea. That's different. I mean, Sims is almost 1-1. We're talking about a plus 20 for Colandrea. That's a different thing. Plus 20 versus plus 6, like, that's significant.
Were you counting fumbles? Some of the red zone clips I was using for Colandrea, like, he lost the ball a couple times in the red zone.
I don't think the fumbles are going to help Sims's case at all.
But
I don't. They don't do a good job of keeping track of college fumbles, so I don't have that.
To the point is the propensity.
Sure, to put the ball in harm's way.
To put the ball.
17 for Colandrea, 26 for Sims.
Okay, so I get plus 9 more on that. So I'm 20. Yeah, I'm plus 29.
Is it high at the quarterback spot?
What?
Colandrea's turnovers.
Last year, I don't think it was. I think he had 11 interceptions last year. How many fumbles did he have last year?
Was it 25 and 11 last year?
Yeah. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, we talk like.
Or 23 and 9. 23 and 9. I take 23 and 9 all day. And I get, I think, 10 more rushing touchdowns. Yeah, I'll take that all day. No questions asked.
So
Sims never had a 2-to-1 ratio ever in his career.
Wow. Let me answer this question real quick. Who Wazy? Nebraska's coaches? It's different now.
Here's the other thing that I think, like, not all turnovers are created equally as well, because if I had to make the distinction between Sims and Colandrea, even if I'm ignoring the numbers, which I do think are more in Colandrea's favor than some people would like you to believe. But if you're taking I think Jeff Sims was turning the ball over because of he didn't know the right decision to make. Anthony Colandrea turns the ball over because he's trying to make plays and he understands the risk.
How many of these clips do you think do you want to go through?
As many as you want.
So, Wazy, something that's interesting. I just keep it a buck. With Sims, I knew I had seen some things Jeff, how many times do I have to tell you? And then insert deal.
Like lack of understanding of what's happening.
Where they would it was aggressive. Now, with Dylan, though, we weren't seeing that in practice. And Dylan didn't really turn the ball over. So it was
he was fairly risk averse.
And we were upset with that in year one.
Yeah.
We're look, man.
Sometimes you have to take some shots and give your receiver
some chances.
Give your receiver a chance to make a play.
So it's a fantastic question, Wazy, but I think it's been different. And I do think, unfortunately, and I think most coaches will tell you this, sometimes you have to coach quarterbacks differently. Now, occasionally you'll get these guys. I think somebody was using Ryan Day on his quarterbacks. Day is historically tough on his quarterbacks. Mike Leach, historically tough on his quarterbacks.
Jimbo Fisher, super tough.
Jimbo Fisher, tough on quarterbacks. Some guys just coach quarterbacks as, a certain way, and that's just the way that they coach him. But I think the reason we've seen some of the high-end guys struggle and not have as much success is because we don't know how to coach the temperament, because we don't have a baseline for how we want to do it. We change it based on the guy's mentality.
The thing that I asked the other day about coaching good players
maybe
hard.
It shouldn't. And maybe it shouldn't.
It probably shouldn't.
Maybe it shouldn't, right? Because I think everybody needs to be coached hard. We just have flipped this switch in the last 10 years where
we kind of coddle high talent people.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's really bad in basketball. It's really bad in basketball.
Yeah.
It's really bad in basketball.
But I still think at the end of the day, when you clean it up, man, it's did I send you guys that clip of Saban jumping a quarterback in camp? And he's like, do you throw it or he's making fun of the way he throws it. Do you know the quarterback he was talking about that practice?
Who?
It was Tua.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's ended up being pretty good.
He coached him hard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to Wazy's point,
I do think we do these guys a disservice when we coddle them.
Yeah.
I do.
It's a fascinating discussion.
What are we doing?
Not until I mean, he had a 3-game stretch, Captain. It's not just looking at the numbers. He threw the majority of his interceptions in 3 games, right?
Yeah. He had the 3 against Maryland. But overall, he didn't turn the ball over a ton. He was a risk-averse quarterback. The difference, I think, between this is why I said not all turnovers are created equally.
And I get what you want the narrative to be based on who you talk to, Captain. I know you're out on the Dylan thing, which is fine, but you still have to be able to be objective.
Yeah, it's not
that ship has sailed.
I don't know that anybody's been harder on Dylan than I have since he left. And he was a risk-averse quarterback, which is fine. But I think the biggest difference when we're talking about Colandrea versus Sims or anybody else is it's understanding the risk you're taking versus not understanding what you're seeing.
And deeper than that, and way more important, in my opinion, is how you handle the decision making.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So sometimes you just have to be able to live with it.
Colandrea gives me, and I'm not saying he's this talented, but I brought him up earlier. He gives me sort of Baker Mayfield vibes in the sense of, I'm going to take this chance. We're going to try and make a play, and I'm okay with how it comes out.
Yeah. Like I got to find that Saban clip. I mean, he's just coming unglued.
Like that's
talking to his quarterback.
Want to be clear, not comparing Colandrea to Baker Mayfield, but there is a certain part of
it. You're so good and shy.
I am, man. People
can't fix stupid.
People clip stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. Well, no, not even.
That's these guys that do that.
No, but there's like people like randomly on the internet that will just clip stuff out and be like, Ravi said that Colandrea is Baker Mayfield.
But do you know how much I've been so nice to you on these clips where I literally just went back to Austin. I said, there's some really good points in here, but it's really hard for me to get the context. So we're just going to leave this and he's going to make it a long form thing.
The whole Dylan Trey thing took on a life of its own yesterday on social media. And I'm like, you guys didn't listen to the clip.
We can give as much context as possible. If people want to hear what they're going to hear, they're going to hear it.
No, you're exactly right.
Like I said, Anthony Colandrea, just like Baker May. Just kidding. We're going to take.
You're an idiot.
We're going to take a quick break here.
Just send that out.
We've got Brian Edwards coming up next year from Major Wager, talk a little gambling. That's DBM, Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Let me begin with that second question. It's so interesting to me because 1 year we graduated 76% of our extra base hits, and the next year we actually broke an offensive record. I'm not saying we're going to do that next year, but one thing that if you were in that room, the returners were talking about is they feel a lot of responsibility and they're encouraged by what this senior class did and where this senior class has positioned this program. And they take a lot of pride in it not doing this. And I love that. I love that they spoke out and spoke up like that. And we've got a freshman group that we are super excited about. I think they're very athletic. I think they're spicy. I think they're fun. And we've got a handful of our seniors that are going to be around to help infiltrate, just keep loving and serving and caring for Nebraska softball. So the future is still bright.
Yeah, not only the Pacers, but he had a good workout with the Timberwolves the week before, and he's been to Memphis. He's got a couple more scheduled when in the next, I think, week and a half it is. So it is. It's fun to see him have the opportunity to go through this process. Rink has had a couple workouts. He's got a couple more scheduled as well. And, hopefully those guys get an opportunity to play summer league. One really cool thing about Sam is, my wife was born in Australia. So, Sam could have the opportunity. Carol got her passport a couple weeks ago in Chicago, and, we're started the citizenship process for Sam to be able to play as a native over there, which would open up a lot of doors. So, he's going to have options. I know he wants to ultimately get into the broadcasting thing. He doesn't want to get into coaching, which he's my smart kid. And my daughter's the smartest. But anyway, he, the opportunity to play this game, and I told him play it as long as you can. It's a lot more fun playing than it is going into this side of it. And, he's going to have some good options in front of him.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Brian Edwards from Major Wager. B, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. What's happening?
Oh, just trying to make it, man. How about you?
Oh, man, doing the same. I'm in a zigzag in game 2. It's hard to go against the Knicks the way they're playing. What's that, 12 in a row, 11 by double-digit margins? But I'm going to zigzag and go Spurs -5.5 in game 2. Man, Brunson just took over last night, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like wash, rinse, repeat when it's nut cutting time.
So if you like the Knicks in the series price, I would not take them -134. I would just take Brunson to win Finals MVP honors, which is even money. If somebody's thinking like that, I saw those odds and I'm like, well, Brunson's getting MVP if they win.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of the same thing with Wemby, if you like the Spurs, right? Because the Spurs were -200 going in. I don't know what the Wemby odds were, but I can't imagine they were much worse than that.
Well, I'm not sure going in, but they were +120 this morning, and I think that's a touch better than the. Well, I think I tweeted it. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Oh, right here. Okay, so we have Wemby's +120, whereas the Spurs are +114 on the series. So whatever.
Yeah.
+114, +120 difference.
B, how much do you? I guess you've got to cap it. Like just people having a superhero, right? Like, is that the hardest thing about capping? Is when a team has a guy like Brunson, where you could be up 22 with 6 to go and it might not matter. Like, you can't really factor that into capping, can you? We saw it last night. Like, I mean, the Spurs were up 16.
Right. I mean, but you do have to factor in that, they've got this badass who takes over at crunch time a lot. You do have to factor that in. And, man, they're on fire right now. Maybe but I got to go Spurs in game 2. I just think they'll bounce back. I mean, like you said, they were up 16 last night. Wemby, I think, will play better when he was 6 of 21. Fox was horrible. I thought Dylan Harper should have probably gotten his minutes at crunch time because Harper played great last night, 16 points, 8 boards, but he only played like 3 or 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. And Fox was 0 in the fourth quarter.
As you kind of look through the series, have you liked any of I know you were playing some totals late in the conference finals. Have there been any totals that have stuck out to you so far or that you're looking at moving into game 2?
So they had in the regular season, they went under in 2 out of 3 games and, under last night, but I'm not looking to go under on this one or over. Nothing's standing out to me on the totals. I haven't really looked at the player props yet. I just decided I was going to go Spurs, and I don't have any player props right now.
So when you're looking at the series price, and it's adjusted, obviously, it's Knicks -130 right now, Spurs +100. How much of that factors into how you originally thought the series was going to go?
I was saying Knicks in 6. So, I don't want the Knicks right now. I should have taken them for the series yesterday. We'll see if the Spurs win game 2, I think they'll. I think it'll probably be like a pick 'em. What do you think? Like minus 110 either way if the Spurs win game 2. So yeah, I don't want to mess with the series price right now.
It probably turns into a toss up.
I would guess so.
Or you think the Spurs become
maybe Spurs minus 120?
They might swing it a little bit back to the Spurs once again.
Even though the Knicks have won on the road.
I don't think people. I don't know. Typically, at least I don't. At least anymore, think that people are just going to hold serve at home anyway. So I don't know how much they'll bake that into it.
Yeah, I think Spurs maybe like minus 120, minus 125. I don't think they would be. I think minus 130 max.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a pick 'em, it'd be I think slight Spurs favorite, but not by much.
I actually don't mind you taking the Spurs in game 2. Like I think you play the Spurs or you
don't play at all.
You watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I grabbed Knicks plus 10.5 live when they were down. I mean, you could have had them even better than that at some point. And then I grabbed I had Knicks plus 5 pregame, and then I grabbed Spurs plus 120 money line. I guess that was like a few minutes into the fourth quarter, hoping to hit a hedge, but it still worked out. I was able to get a decent profit last night.
Let's look at some of the. You had a look-ahead line from DraftKings for college football with I think the only one they've done for Nebraska so far is Oregon at Nebraska. They're currently a 21.5-point favorite coming into Lincoln.
Yeah, that's a big number. Wait, isn't that isn't it at Oregon?
It's at Oregon. It's at Oregon.
Yeah. That's what I thought. It's a big number. I don't really have an opinion on that one, but I think it's 70 total games. So if your listeners want to go look at DraftKings, they've got all sorts of games of the year lines. Let me highlight a couple. That Bama's minus 15.5 revenge game at home to FSU in week 3. Florida's pick'em at Auburn. They've got Houston plus 12.5 at Texas Tech, just like FanDuel, as we discussed a few weeks ago. Texas minus 7 at Tennessee. Georgia minus 10 at home to Oklahoma. Let's see. Georgia minus 3 at Bama. FanDuel has it 2.5. Bama minus 1.5 at Tennessee. Indiana, Ohio State pick'em, same as FanDuel. I'm looking for some like Big Ten. Indiana minus 6.5 at Michigan, October 24th. What else we got? We've got Florida's catching 12.5 to Georgia. That one's in Atlanta, not Jacksonville. And Bama plus 4 at LSU. Georgia minus 5.5 at Ole Miss. That seems a touch rich. I would lean Ole Miss on that one. There was a rivalry weekend game that I thought looked. I like LSU minus 1.5 at Tennessee, November 21st. Let's see. Gators minus 4.5 at FSU. I like the Gators there. Iron Bowl, Bama minus 10 versus Auburn.
Who's your fave to win the national championship?
Man, I'm thinking for my top 5. Texas is certainly in there. Ohio State is certainly in there. Let's see. Let me get into this. Come on.
You haven't said my team yet, but I'm sure they're in your top 5. I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll take odds here if you want them.
Yeah, I guess I could just. Yeah, go ahead.
Ohio State plus 550, Notre Dame plus 700, Texas plus 750. Indiana plus 750, Oregon plus 750, Georgia plus 850, and then you get a little bit of a jump to Miami plus 1,200.
Can I just ask you something real quick, B? Where would you put right now Indiana in your top 25?
Man, I'm not that sold on Hoover, but I trust Cignetti.
Top 15.
I think I'll have Indiana probably in the 7 to 10 range. You're not that bullish on them?
I know better. So sure, they'll be good, but they're getting pretty good odds for a team that might probably start the season outside of the top 15.
You think Indiana's going to be outside the top 15?
Man,
I don't think so.
You got Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oregon, Georgia, LSU, Texas Tech, Miami, Alabama, A&M, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is going to be in my top 10.
Listen, you get there in a hurry, B.
Yeah. And you think that they have the third shortest odds just because out of respect for Cignetti and them being the reigning champs and the odds makers.
I think he's got you. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
That's why I think they'll be ranked higher than that. But if you just looked at the way we look at everybody else, because we put Cignetti in this other mythical category now, right?
Right.
Which fairly like
deservingly.
So
yeah.
But because we do that, I don't disagree with you. Like 12 to 16 feels about right based on what they lost, what they have, what they're replacing it with. But I fully believe them to be top 10 just because we have so much reverence for Cignetti at this point that I don't think the voters would allow themselves to put him below that.
Yeah. I think I would probably go with Georgia or Florida right now.
So
or not Florida, Georgia or Notre Dame.
You're pretty high on Georgia, right?
Yeah.
I'm high on Georgia, Texas.
Room. Their offense was so much better than we think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Bobo has probably silenced the critics. What he did with the quarterback spot last year, and he just kept getting better.
Stockton, yeah. And I've always been a big critic of Bobo, but he has done a pretty good job here lately.
And they're going to have the best linebacking core maybe in the country. I get LSU. I know people like Oregon. Oregon may have the best front seven in the country. But if I'm
not sold on Dante Moore.
I like Texas and I like Georgia and I like Notre Dame. I think those are the top 3 linebacking cores. And I trust their coaches.
Where are you on Dante Moore, Ravi? I don't know that I'm I think he's overrated.
I think he's good. I think the situation around him is ideal, which helps him out quite a bit. I look at it from kind of more of a draft standpoint. When people assumed that he'd be the number 1 pick had he decided to come out, that's
outrageous to me.
Like that kind of seems like a lot. I don't know what to do with him I just don't know what to do with him in terms of like close, like nut cutting time, game winning situations. Because I look at the numbers and I'm like, had a great year. There's no debating that. Like, there's obviously a talent level there. I just sit there and I go, is that the guy that is going to lead you on a game-winning drive in the college football playoff semifinal? We haven't seen that version of him yet, so I just don't really know if that's in there or not. Like, I don't know. I think the assumption that it's the same problem I have. Like, obviously he was way more productive than Arch Manning last year, and I gave Arch a super hard time, and it's whatever. He ended up playing pretty good football by the end of the year. But, I saw mock drafts after the NFL draft this season already projecting Arch number 1, and I was like, we don't know that much about this dude yet.
Who?
Arch.
Man, he had a really – I mean, I didn't close my eyes the second half of the season. He played pretty well.
He did play we still don't – but that was my point on, like, when I was talking about Lenore Sellers at South Carolina last year, where I was like, yeah, he had a really nice last half of the season.
Isn't it weird how a year later Sellers isn't even in the
We're not even talking about it.
We're not even in the quarterback's discussion.
And that's what I mean. Like, we're counting half a year of Arch Manning and saying, like, yes, he's definitely going to be this guy. And it's like, well, can I see a little bit more first before I anoint the dude? Yeah. Like, can I see Dante Moore do something in like a high leverage game winning situation before I anoint the dude? Or do I just have to go off the numbers and say, well, he's obviously the best guy in the country? I don't know. Like, as a college quarterback, I'm not 100% sure Gunnar Stockton's not going to be a better, like the guy you need.
Georgia's offense was pretty good down the stretch.
Like,
yeah, they did lose to Ole Miss because of their offense. That's for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me you're 100% convinced you'd rather have Dante Moore over Gunnar Stockton? And we don't talk about Gunnar Stockton.
I'd take Gunnar Stockton ahead of Dante Moore. all day on a college Saturday.
Yeah, like I'm not talking about pro prospects.
Right.
Like on a Saturday, like I don't know. And those two, I think, are dealing with like talent levels around them. So I think it's a pretty reasonable comparison. But I sit here and I go, like for a college quarterback, I'm not 100% sure I don't want Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, I want Stockton ahead of Moore because we've seen Gunnar Stockton.
Is that just because I said I like Georgia?
No, I think he's a guy that we don't talk about very favorably, that I think his track record is as good or better than some of these guys we're obsessed with.
So, a guy that Dante Moore was 30-10, though. Like, he had the two bet.
Oh, I get that. The numbers are great.
Interesting. Have we seen enough from Chambliss to get the love he's getting?
Yes, 100%. At crunch time in big games, we've seen it.
I've sort of been afraid to say it. Now Chambliss has had I know it's a way bigger sample size. Chambliss gives me sort of, and I don't know what the results are going to be. He sort of gives me Cardale Jones vibes in the sense of like, hey, I know you can do it in the big moment, but can you do it when it's expected of you every day?
It's be a much different year for him.
Like going into
he gets the benefit of the doubt in the national discussion.
Yeah, going into it, being the guy versus nobody has tape on you, nobody has any idea who you are. And listen, obviously let's
factor in play calling.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin, one of the best play callers of our generation.
That offensive staff is
not anywhere to be found in Oxford, Mississippi anymore. And and famously, Lane Kiffin has made life really easy on a lot of his quarterbacks. Like, where's Matt Corral these days? Anybody? Like, that dude looked like he could set the world on fire at Ole Miss.
Yeah. I haven't seen him since he sprained his ankle in the first quarter of the Sugar Bowl.
So, I sit here and I go, okay, I know that Chambliss has the ability to thrive in high-pressure situations. We were just talking about this, in micro environments, like in one-offs. I know that he can do this in a big game situation. I knew that Cardale Jones could do this in a big game situation. Can that dude do it when it is expected of him?
You know what he's talking about?
Day?
This is really the anti-Dante Moore discussion.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Because if you look at Moore against SC, I'll just give you Moore's last 5 games. He was 2-1 against SC. He was 22 of 30. Against Washington, 1 touchdown, no picks. He was 20 of 29 for 286. JMU, they scored 51 points. He was 4 touchdowns. He threw the 2 picks. Mm-hmm. Texas Tech, no touchdowns and an interception. And against Indiana, infamously, he had the 2 touchdowns and the 1 pick. Not real gaudy down the stretch. Touchdowns to interceptions for Dante Moore. For a guy 30-10. Mm-hmm. So it may be, I'm just comparing the two on how we think about him.
Yeah, I think there's and then Brian, I'll get your thoughts here. I think there's a Dante Moore I trust to put up the season long, hey, he's going to have a good year. I trust that from Dante Moore. It's in the moment. Do I know what I'm going to get when he has to play at Texas Tech or in Indiana or USC? Whereas Trinidad Chambliss, in a big moment, I feel like he's going to make a play. Can he do that week in, week out over the course of an entire season when he knows he's going to be the guy? I agree. They're almost exact opposite situations.
When are you doing your quarterback rankings, B?
Oh, soon. And Chambliss is going to be up there. And he, 7 of his 13 starts last year were 1-possession games, and they went 5-2. And one of the losses, Georgia, they didn't lose because of their offense. They scored 35 points in Athens. And then the Miami game where the defense let the lead get away. So the 2 he lost, is really the defense not holding on to the lead. And, he got it done against Georgia. Got it done in his first start against Arkansas. Got it done enough, against LSU. So, like you said, Dante Moore hadn't had a lot of close games, but Chambliss has, and he's come through.
Can I ask you a question on this, B, real quick? So with the Chambliss thing, maybe this is too nitty-gritty here, but there were times I thought last year with Chambliss that like it was a little too big play centric, whereas there were sometimes in those games when the defenses were struggling where it's like, hey, I actually do need you to like make a drive here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's hard to be like, well, don't take the big play touchdowns. Like I'm not an idiot here, right? But like there are times where you're like, hey, I need you to make a drive because to play any sort
4
of
4-minute offense.
Yeah, like to play any kind of complimentary football here, like you can't score in 4 plays. Like your defense needs a second. We have to eat clock here. Like that's one of those things where, again, I know he's capable of making plays. Is he capable of doing all the other quarterbacky things?
Yeah, I mean, I think he is, and I think they're going to be able to run the ball again like they did last year with Lacey. I mean, they got 3 starters on the O-line coming back. Yeah, Ole Miss is going to be a handful, man.
Offensively, the play call. I mean, there are some intangibles, but they got some weapons. Real quick, B, where will Sand be in your quarterback rankings? Top 5?
Who's that?
Julian Sand.
Oh, maybe.
Work cut out, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he's going to be in my top 5. He'll be close to the top 5, but I'm looking forward to doing those. I may try to do them this weekend.
Sand's got some Dante Moore vibes as well.
All right, buddy. It's going to be fascinating with quarterbacks.
Yep.
All right, B. We'll talk to you later. Have a
good
week.
week. Have a good one. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
That's Brian Edwards from Major Wager. We're going to take a quick break. We've got Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7, coming up next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Let me begin with that second question. It's so interesting to me because 1 year we graduated 76% of our extra base hits, and the next year we actually broke an offensive record. I'm not saying we're going to do that next year, but one thing that if you were in that room, the returners were talking about is they feel a lot of responsibility and they're encouraged by what this senior class did and where this senior class has positioned this program. And they take a lot of pride in it not doing this. And I love that. I love that they spoke out and spoke up like that. And we've got a freshman group that we are super excited about. I think they're very athletic. I think they're spicy. I think they're fun. And we've got a handful of our seniors that are going to be around to help, infiltrate, just keep loving and serving and caring for Nebraska softball. So the future is still bright.
Yeah, not only the Pacers, but he had a good workout with the Timberwolves the week before, and he's been to Memphis. He's got a couple more scheduled when in the next, I think, week and a half it is. So it is. It's fun to see him have the opportunity to go through this process. Rink has had a couple workouts. He's got a couple more scheduled as well. And, hopefully those guys get an opportunity to play summer league. One really cool thing about Sam is, my wife was born in Australia. So, Sam could have the opportunity. Carol got her passport a couple weeks ago in Chicago, and, we're started the citizenship process for Sam to be able to play as a native over there, which would open up a lot of doors. So, he's going to have options. I know he wants to ultimately get into the broadcasting thing. He doesn't want to get into coaching, which he's my smart kid. And my daughter's the smartest. But anyway, he, the opportunity to play this game, and I told him play it as long as you can. It's a lot more fun playing than it is going into this side of it. And, he's going to have some good options in front of him.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Michael BRUNTZ of Husker 24/7. BRUNTZ, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. We're good. Ravi's he's come down off the Millard North State Championship. I couldn't get him to show up at passing league yesterday.
I mean, you didn't tell me about it, so that's
to
fine.
watch Millard North. But I mean, other than that, I think we're good.
Is that a Millard North hat, Ravi? Is that what you're wearing there?
One principal of Millard North High School, Aaron Behringer, hooked me up with this. So
he's proud alum. All right, you're not the jealous type, I don't think. But would you like some Millard Northian gear, or in your profession is that frowned upon?
I don't have any. And that's all. Is that the hat they wear like the baseball team wears?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
With the black uniforms?
So the black uniforms, they wear a black version of this hat, but it's the same logo.
Look at this. This is cute.
I like the black. I don't know if I like the hat.
All right. Well, I don't like your hat. I think your hat's stupid too.
My hat is dumb. No, I think it's just I think it would look great on black.
It does look great on black. It looks great on black.
Oh, that's
all right. I didn't mean it that way.
You think it'd look great on black, Damon? Put the hat on.
It's not what I said.
There's always a Bruntzian moment. You try to lead him to something, and he's just like, yeah, no.
Whenever I saw that Rico clicked in, I was like, oh, I said it, didn't I?
Uh-oh.
Here it comes.
I don't think I like the hat.
Fine.
I do. I think that would look better than a black hat.
Too. He's like, okay, fine. You don't have to like it. Wow. BRUNTZ, every week there's somebody's gonna get zapped. It's usually me, so that's why I found this one exceptionally fine.
That was a verbal misstep on my part, Ravi. I apologize.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I get it.
How many?
I like the black hats better as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I like it.
The blue or the black jerseys almost look like a Northwestern type thing, like a Northwestern font, from what I remember. Is that true?
Yes, I think kind of like in the script.
He said,
I think the all black uniforms are good looking. They're good looking uniforms.
Okay.
Hey, BRUNTZ.
Yeah.
Yeah. In true fashion, we have to start off with the A's. Not bad, considering the Mariners finally decided that they wanted to lose after 8 in a row. Still just 2 back, but this is the team that I think both of us feared, right? You just figured at some point the Mariners would figure it out.
Yeah, well, somebody in that division finally got above 500, so good for them. Yeah. It's not a high bar to clear. Yeah, I think. Well, we had talked about it, I think, in early May, where it was like, just kind of waiting for Seattle to figure it out. I think that's probably where it ends up landing. Here's how sad my life is. Last night, working on the couch a little bit, fall asleep on the couch watching an Angels-Rockies game. Like, I need to start reevaluating my life choices. Neither of those teams are very good. Angels are pretty awful.
Care about either of those teams.
No, it was. I kind of woke up and I was like, "Look at yourself! Look at yourself!
Just like
Get
in
it together." Like brushing the chips off my shirt.
You're just like,
get it together.
I gotta go for a run or something. This is embarrassing.
It's like, this is you at 42, old man. It's not getting any better from here.
Proud of yourself.
Yeah.
All right, BRUNTZ. I'm gonna need a look, Mom. No hands. Can you do that for me, BRUNTZ? Okay. Who has the best record in baseball?
Is this a big setup for the Dodgers? Are they?
No, I'm just asking if you know.
I don't know.
It's incredible.
Braves?
How many wins?
Oof. I don't know off the top.
They're over 40, aren't they?
The flipping Braves are 42-20.
Yeah.
People. How often do they lead? They don't lead any storyline.
No.
Nothing national. Like, the Braves are 42-20.
Just chugging along.
Dude, they're healthy. Like, is this what this kind of what we've been waiting on, right? They're not the comeback kids that make this late third of the season run. Like, Braves are kicking, and I think they've lost a few in a row, I think, but Braves are 42-20. Nobody knows that they have the best record in baseball.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Right behind him, though, Damon, now that I looked, I didn't want to look and ruin the question. Dodgers right there at 40 wins.
Yeah.
It just surprising everybody.
It's the Braves, they're kind of scary. They're very scary healthy. We're just not used to seeing it. And then you look at who they can run out there, taking the bump, and it's like they're going to be in every single stinking. They're not going anywhere. That's a really good roster.
Yeah, I always joke with my friends who are Braves fans that the way that they roll through pitchers with injuries, it's always pretty precarious. But yeah, when they're healthy, pretty good team.
God.
And I don't know. The Phillies are the only other team in that division above 500.
The Phillies have to be pretty frustrating for their fans, right?
Yeah.
You get the sense Philadelphia should be better.
Should be, I would think. Who is it? Milwaukee? Are they the only other moderately dominating team in the National League right now, besides the young upstart Dodgers?
37-22.
Plucky.
Yeah.
Plucky.
You know, they're just they remind me a lot of the Rays. You know, a lot of scouting and finding hidden gems, and
they use openers, right? Do they do that?
Yeah. The funny thing, we just got into this a little bit with Mitch Sherman. We took him everywhere, but what his real job is, we just a bunch of random sports questions, and we were talking about guys that are unfairly that that had really good careers that we just don't give a lot of credit to. And Jeter came up, and the discussion was, I said, it's my favorite when people say, if he played in Kansas City, he'd be just another player. And I was like, almost every great player of significance is affiliated with the team that they played with. But we used that against Jeter. And somehow we got into this Tarek Skubal discussion about he's significantly better than we think, but it's because he plays in Detroit. And lo and behold, all these deadline articles, Skubal could be on the move. And I'm just like, that guy is really, really good to kind of be this chess piece. Markets matter, huh, BRUNTZ? Says the guy that cheers for a team in Oakland or Sacramento.
His career numbers are interesting, by the way.
Skubal?
What would you guess his career won-loss? I understand it's a flawed stat, but what would you guess his career win-loss record is at this point?
Oh, Skubal? I would. Is it 4 years?
He's pitched basically 4 full years, a half year in 23, and 15 games between 2020 and 2026. 141 career starts. What do you think his record is?
Going back to 22. This is great radio while I'm I appreciate you guys.
This interview could have been a text chain probably, but that's all right.
That's basically the entire show. It's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
He does have a weird career, BRUNTZ. I'm looking at that's odd. It's odd. I won't.
Like it's like nothing until 2023, and then it's like, oh boy, 2024.
I won't say suspicious, but I will say odd.
There's quite an uptick there in the numbers.
141 starts.
Wonder where that came from. Lots of guys peak at 27 after not being anything before that, right?
You're always so critical of to throw. I mean, I'm gonna go. How many decisions, BRUNTZ?
Oh, you're gonna make me do math. 96 career decisions. Look at that math.
I'm gonna go 96. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go 51 and 45.
Just because I asked the question?
Did you skew that one way or another because he was?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Low.
Yes.
Lower. What would you?
57 and 39.
So if you wouldn't, so honestly, 141. If 141 decisions, I would have said probably
141 starts, 96 decisions.
I would have put him at like 65 wins.
I would have, yeah. My first thought, I would have said like 65.
But even this year, he's only has five decisions.
Yeah. I'm just saying he was pretty much a nothing burger until he was 27 years old, which is super, super common.
Same thing he said about Sale to the opposite, because he flamed out in Boston, but apparently nobody can hit him in Atlanta.
Still the humidity.
Still pisses me off.
You gonna be all right?
No.
That was the whiny Ravi. That's good. He said no.
I'm mad. I'm mad about the Red Sox always.
I'm just happy Mookie Betts has a tequila line. BRUNTZ, I suppose I should get to baseball, but I want to start with recruiting and football, man. Like, how many? You're going to give yourself deadlines because you kind of run the show regionally here, but you plan on having to do a lot of writing after this OV?
Yeah. 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 Got a lot of writing on the docket. Busy weekend with visits. Busy weekend with the camps are going on now, which is good. Good to see a little bit of football.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm not excited to miss my daughter's birthday. We're going to celebrate tomorrow, but I'm pretty excited to be in Lincoln all day today. Like, Mike is camping, and he's the last person I want to see, so this should be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's should be an interesting group coming in for the camp stuff. I like that they did the padded stuff yesterday. That was good.
Yeah, the big guy camp.
Yeah, there were some dudes hitting. It was good to see.
You want a funny? I was registering for the camp last week, and I thought the font was a little off.
Yeah.
So I asked Ravi, I was like, God, is there a worse font for this?
It was like white text on a light gray background. It was.
He was like, DB, like, Mike is going to the big guy camp? And I was like, damn it.
Well, I knew he was bulking up. I didn't know it was like that, though.
I was like, one. Like, I couldn't even see. So,
kind of off-season program you're running there. Jeez.
But I mean, OVs, these next 3 weekends, man, this is going to be a heck of a June, potentially.
Yeah. They're set up for about 12-13 this weekend, 9 and 8, I think, for the final 2 weekends. And that number is definitely going to move. There's been a lot of more kind of shifting of visits, I think, than maybe what I've remembered in the last few years. It's felt like before kind of you would say, well, you want the last visit, you want the last one before a decision's made. And I don't know if that's the case anymore. Like it feels like with everything nowadays, you maybe want to be towards the front of the line, and maybe in a position to shut down some of these recruitments a little bit sooner than they might be otherwise. So, that's been, I think, an interesting change. And I think you're seeing, canceled official visits because of that reason, because of guys just making decisions quicker on visits. I think schools are being a little bit more aggressive with trying to shut things down. But yeah, I mean, it's, going to be an interesting few weekends with, not only a number of guys coming in who are already commits, and that's going to be the case this weekend with a lot of the linemen that committed in May, but, opportunity to really kind of add to, impress Albert Simeon again with him coming back. Matthew Gregory moving up that visit is noteworthy to me.
Yeah, he's got all but be in, right?
Well, yeah, I think that UCLA visit, give him something to think about. I would not, and not just in his situation, but UCLA has been a bit of a problem.
And I think they're one of my dark horse teams this year too, and the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I think UCLA is going to be pretty good.
And then, yeah, they're going to be interesting. I mean, they win, that coaching staff wins, and they coach it well. But yeah, I mean, I think the big focus this weekend, primarily on the lines, both offensive and defensive. So, a chance to kind of get it off to a strong start here.
BRUNTZ, as you kind of look at the next 3 weekends in general, is there like a particular guy or group of guys you're the most excited might be the wrong word, but interested in?
Yeah, I mean, Damon said it. I mean, I think, the work that they can potentially get done on the defensive line this weekend, I think, is really important with Ambati, the kid out of Minnesota. And then I think it's DeMontenac out of Florida. Yeah. I think, those are two that I would definitely circle, not only for Nebraska being in a good spot, but guys that you'd like to add to the class just because you don't have, a ton done up front in that front seven yet. So that has my attention. I think how the offensive line class kind of rounds out is going to be interesting, because I think you saw the strong start in May with the run of commits there. But between, Simeon coming in this weekend, Kittrell's coming in June 12th, Kyler Kuhn also set for June 12th. I think those are a little bit more elbows out type recruiting battles with Iowa and Missouri. But, I think they've done a pretty good job so far with the offensive line recruiting and really closing some pretty tough battles. So that's kind of where my attention is going to be, I think, over the next couple of weeks. And you have the opportunity to, I think, add some pretty good skill position guys to the class as well. And certainly Trey Taylor is going to have a lot to say about how that kind of plays out, I think.
The Kittrell thing is interesting, obviously, going with, Iowa gets first crack at it, and Nebraska's offensive line targets, it gets full in a hurry for Nebraska along that offensive line, kind of where he sandwiched that visit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's, I don't know if you're Nebraska, if you try to kind of push the limited spots thing with some of these guys, but I mean, you're probably in a reality where you are a little bit more limited now with having taken those guys, those 3 guys in May, plus having Erickson in the class. I mean, that's a good bulk of your class right now. And actually, I think that's okay. I mean, you kind of look at the way that the offensive line classes are split right now with what's on the roster. And I think you do kind of need that kind of reset, I guess, and adding a few more young guys into the program and starting to develop them. So, part of that too, it's a new offensive line regime there with Jeep Wade and kind of what he looks for and values in offensive line recruits. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, how those spots eventually shake out, and I think a couple of those guys, that Nebraska is going to be hosting over the next few weekends. I mean, Nebraska is going to have to go in and win those battles because there's a lot of really good schools that are involved with some of these prospects coming in.
That's our guy, Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. BRUNTZ, appreciate the time as always. Always enjoy our baseball talk, even if you don't enjoy my hats. That's okay.
It's a fine hat. I'm sorry, Ravi.
I don't know if I like it.
I don't think I like it. It's all right. It's all right.
BRUNTZ, you keep being you, bud. You're an equal opportunity offender, and we don't mind.
Okay. Sounds good, guys. Take care.
Thanks, buddy.
That's Michael BRUNTZ, Husker 24/7. Real quick break here. We'll be back with more Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
Yeah, I just think that this year the guys behind closed doors were able to see what a true player-led team looks like, and so the guys that are going to be back understand that that's really where it starts. So, our job as coaches is to go out and try to improve the roster this summer, find the right pieces of the puzzle, because that's the way you keep the momentum. But these guys, again, sometimes you just have to do it to prove that it can happen, and we did that 25 years ago when nobody thought we'd ever have a chance to play in the College World Series at the University of Nebraska. We did it, and it's been 18 years since we hosted a regional. We've got the most wins since we've had since 2005. These guys have laid the groundwork, but it doesn't just stop there, right? And these guys have proven time and time again that the best teams are player-led, and that's what they have. That's what we have to take to next year, is the understanding of the guys in the clubhouse of what it takes to set the standard every single day. And they've had amazing ambassadors for that.
We weren't selling Jell-O to make a living, obviously. It was just fun. And, the fun exploded, and social media took it to a whole nother level. And so at that point, when you realize now you're selling thousands of Jell-O shots, so I'm sitting at home the very first Saturday. What am I going to do? Do we give back to the teams? Do we give back to the players? What do you do? And then I got online and just started looking, and that's when we found the food banks. And so you get on the food bank at Arkansas, and you get in the food bank at Ole Miss and these places, and you realize how important it is to these people. And, we were just coming off of COVID, and, a couple things that, kind of got to me there was when I was looking at the food banks, at Ole Miss, 49% of the people that were using the food bank were actually employees, because you forget, when COVID hit and those schools shut down. So as soon as we saw that and I realized what a big need that was for those schools, it was a no-brainer. So I woke Bonnie up and I said, okay, let's just run this through the rest of the series. These two schools are obviously tearing it up, and we'll donate to each one of their food banks, and it'll be a good thing for everybody. And then it just continued to explode,
Let me begin with that second question. It's so interesting to me because 1 year we graduated 76% of our extra base hits, and the next year we actually broke an offensive record. I'm not saying we're going to do that next year, but one thing that if you were in that room, the returners were talking about is they feel a lot of responsibility and they're encouraged by what this senior class did and where this senior class has positioned this program. And they take a lot of pride in it not doing this. And I love that. I love that they spoke out and spoke up like that. And we've got a freshman group that we are super excited about. I think they're very athletic. I think they're spicy. I think they're fun. And we've got a handful of our seniors that are going to be around to help, infiltrate, just keep loving and serving and caring for Nebraska softball. So the future is still bright.
Yeah, not only the Pacers, but he had a good workout with the Timberwolves the week before, and he's been to Memphis. He's got a couple more scheduled when in the next, I think, week and a half it is. So it's fun to see him have the opportunity to go through this process. Rink has had a couple workouts. He's got a couple more scheduled as well, and hopefully those guys get an opportunity to play summer league. One really cool thing about Sam is, my wife was born in Australia, so Sam could have the opportunity. Carol got her passport a couple weeks ago in Chicago, and we started the citizenship process for Sam to be able to play as a native over there, which would open up a lot of doors. So he's going to have options. I know he wants to ultimately get into the broadcasting thing. He doesn't want to get into coaching, which he's my smart kid, and my daughter's the smartest. But anyway, he the opportunity to play this game, and I told him play it as long as you can. It's a lot more fun playing than it is going into this side of it, and he's going to have some good options in front of him.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. It's a little bit different crew setup here now than we have seen just a couple of minutes ago, but happy to be joined now by Dylan Jensen from Omaha Steaks and, of course, the one and only Kenny Bell from here at Hurrdat. But we're not here to talk necessarily exactly about Omaha Steaks or Hurrdat specifically. We're here to talk about the Team Jack Foundation and both of our involvements there. Dylan, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate having me.
Yeah, of course. Anytime I can come into the studio, I'm excited. I was mad I took DB's spot. I know the viewers are probably pretty disappointed, but it's for a good cause. We're excited. We got the Team Jack golf tournament coming up today for June 23rd, and that's why we have Dylan here. We're trying to get some people to sign up. We're really excited. We've got a tremendous lineup this year. Obviously, last year we had guys like Rex, Quali, Searles, myself. This year we added, Roy Halou, Eric Crouch will be there, Adrian Martinez. So we've got a tremendous tournament and a roster lined up.
So Dylan, we'll talk about getting team signed up here in just a second, but where does Omaha Steaks come into this? How did you guys get involved with Team Jack, and why is this so important to you?
So obviously Team Jack's important to the state of Nebraska, the university, things of that nature. And, fundamental to what we do at Omaha Steaks, we, provide experiences, bring people around the table, unconditional guarantee, things of that nature. And when you have community organizations, state organizations that do the same thing and gather around a good cause, we kind of latch onto that. And, we've met Kenny, I don't know, 5-6 years ago through a tailgate.
Yeah, honestly,
it's kicked it down at the Husker Stadium for a while. And then, he kind of got us involved. And I think 4 years ago, we sponsored it in some small aspect. And then about 3 years ago, we became the title sponsor. So this will be our third year being the title sponsor. We just love giving back to the community, giving back to charities that provide a great mission. And, anything centered around Nebraska is key.
Yeah, they're awesome. Honestly, the relationship kind of came organically because we were at a tailgate in Nebraska for one of the games, and my buddy was like, "Hey, we should go eat over here." Dylan and Chef Mark and all those guys, they got a tailgate down there. I mean, some viewers probably seen it because we've had
last year
shows down there.
Yeah, we did a couple shows down there last year pregame
in Platter. But yeah, they bring down the. I'll let you explain it because it's tremendous.
I mean, we've got tailgate trailer. We've got our corporate chef. We've got another gentleman that does competition barbecue, and you guys were down there for that tailgate. Doing a good cause for the Team Jack and for Hurrdat. We just love hosting. When you put great food, great people, great experience together, that's the best sports environment. So, obviously why we brought a platter for you guys today to try some. So.
I always get pumped when I see this platter, whether it's here at the tailgate or it's making the turn at the tournament.
Yeah,
this thing never misses.
I will say I'm a little distracted right now. So I've done a lot of the stuff that we've had before. I think this will be my first time having an Omaha Steaks hot dog.
Yeah.
And I love hot dogs.
Yeah, you guys brought hot dogs to the right office, man.
Yeah, so these are our all beef hot dogs.
Yep.
We are voted some of the blind taste tested voted some of the best hot dogs in the nation. And these are actually our Wagyu New York strips. So I don't think you've had these yet.
I haven't had those either.
DB grabbed one before he left, and I think that nod of approval.
DB didn't just grab one; he grabbed the biggest end piece possible. I thought he was gonna take it and cut it just down the goal. It was impressive.
Yeah.
He didn't bother with the cut pieces. He was like, "What's the half that you guys didn't cut yet? That one's gonna be mine."
That one right there.
No.
Yeah. So we brought samples for you guys to try. Like Kenny said, we'll be on the turn serving up steaks and hot dogs at the tournament. We just like to help provide another experience at the tournament. We just want people to sign up, come out and play. It's always a good time. Unfortunately, I can't play this year, but Omaha Steaks will represent like we always do. So.
Yeah, man, you guys do represent so well too. Last year we had a great day. So looking forward to it. Yeah. Looking forward to whoever you guys put out there as well. You guys have a fun staff over there. I've been loving your guys' social media content lately. Yeah. The holiday season when you guys did the elf mailroom dance, that was fantastic. To that lady, wow, very impressive. That she's very talented.
That was one of my biggest surprises last year. Last year was my first year doing the Team Jack golf event, and we round the corner, and I just see a giant Omaha Steaks tent, and you get the smell, right? And we got to that hole pretty late in our round.
Way too late, man. Way too late.
But at that point, I was starving.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like an oasis in the desert a little bit there. One of the best surprises. I tell Kenny this all. I'm like a 12-hole golfer, right? Yeah. After about 12 holes, I'm pretty much good. We were probably 16 in at this point.
Yeah, we were probably 15, 16.
So I was sort of over the whole golf thing at that point. And then I saw the Omaha Steaks tent, and I was like, oh, second win, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Now I'm ready.
I finished strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Award ceremony go.
Yeah. So you guys will be there out there again next year. So that's a little again something you can look forward to if you do sign up. And we got some prizes if people sign up as well, right? The next two teams that sign up for the Team Jack golf tournament will get $250. Is that correct? That's a lot of hot dogs for $250.
Yeah.
You might be able to get some of the Wagyu also.
Good idea too. I mean, another way I've worked with Omaha Steaks is I bought when I was prior to my Hurrdat position, I was in IT and I hosted clients, and after I would host clients for get-togethers and stuff, I would send them those Omaha Steaks coolers, those care packages. Those things are fantastic.
And that's gifts. Actually, a good call out. So we have a site set up for Team Jack. So it's omahasteaks.com/Team Jack. 10% of proceeds of those orders go back to Team Jack. Right now, to kind of sweeten the pot for you guys, 16 free smash burgers to go along with that, with an order over 129. Plus, like I said, that 10% goes back to Team Jack. So even if you aren't in the golf tournament and you can't make it to the golf tournament, you can support Team Jack year round by purchasing Omaha Steaks for friends, for family, for yourself, wherever you need to support. So
great holiday or birthday care package there.
It's a great everyday meal. Everyday meal.
That's true.
Everybody needs protein.
Hey, DB's creeping back in. I think he might need a refill on steak here.
Yeah.
He's staring.
No one's tried the dogs yet.
He's staring at it.
All right, if you guys want to talk for a second, I'll grab a bite of a hot dog. I guess Kenny's gonna go in first. But
fantastic.
See, DB's still here. He's still trying to get some steak.
You might as well grab one of those big chunks.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that doesn't lend into any of your other tendencies, DB.
Doesn't matter what time of day. Steaks are great.
I agree.
This might be the only office in America where like somebody will say, hey, at like 9 o'clock, there'll be a Teams message be like, hey, I'm coming in with a bunch of hot dogs, and nobody questions it at all. This isn't the first time this week that this has happened.
If you look at our Teams message right now, there's messages about hot dogs, and I just brought donuts for everybody this morning to the group chat. So this is an office that you leave pretty well fed every day, I'd say.
Yeah. I will say, if you want, real quick, if you do want to sign up for the Team Jack Foundation Golf Tournament, it's teamjackfoundation.org/golf_classic. That will get you directly to the registration page so that you can have a chance to win these gift cards and, of course, support Team Jack. Sorry, go ahead.
You guys have expanded this year too, right? Outside of football, did I see volleyball and some basketball stars?
Oh yeah,
Jordan
absolutely.
Larson?
Jordan Larson, the governor's going to be there. I'm really excited about that. Bruce Chubbuck, I think is how you say it.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be there. There's significant other players, and that's kind of the whole thing as we met this year as like I guess our committee. It's myself, Rex, Quali, Searles, and the Team Jack team. So we just try and do the best we can, but. Big question this year is, do we want to start involving other teams? And the question, it was unanimous. The answer was unanimous that absolutely. This isn't just a football thing. This is statewide, sport-wide kind of thing. So the more athletes that we can get, the more that are welcome, and it's going to be a fun event. And the fact that Jordan Larson is coming, I'm so pumped. Like the governor, I'm a big fan. So she's the best.
Well, that's one of my favorite things about the Team Jack Foundation in general, right? Is like it started as like a Jack Hoffman and Hoffman family thing, and then it expanded out to all kids, all pediatric brain cancer, trying to have like a much bigger impact on a cause. And I would say even past the borders of our state and into kind of a regional and national reach. It's cool that you guys are kind of emulating that with, this was a football thing first with Jack and the family, and now became a university thing, became a state thing, and including the other athletes, I think is a really good representation of that.
I think it's an overall a really important message, right? Because this is something that affects not just a football family, but this affects obviously everyone on this planet. So the more inclusive, the more money, the more awareness that we can bring to it, that's the end goal, right? So we want as many eyes, ears, and dollars towards defeating this terrible disease as possible. And the more great people that we can bring in, the better.
All right, Dylan, anything else that we missed that we need to make sure that we talk about here? I know we talked about OMAHaSteaks.com/TeamJack.
Just plug that one more time for me. I mean, that's the way to give back, is buying Omaha Steaks year round. Feed your family, feed your friends. It's the offer with the 16 free smash burgers, and like these smash burgers are built for the grill. I don't know if I've talked about that, but
I've had the smash burgers.
5 minutes, freezer to table on your grill. You've got a smash burger that's cooked to perfection. So
that's unreal.
OmahaSteaks.com/TeamJack. You'll get 16 free Omaha Steak smash burgers with your order of $129 or more, and 10% of those proceeds will go directly to Team Jack. And then the other thing you can do is go to teamjackfoundation.org/golf_classic in order to register for the event. Again, you can win $250 to Omaha Steaks as well, which could go to that nice package of free smash burgers also. And that's how you support what we're trying to do here. Support Team Jack, support Omaha Steaks, and support the state. I kind of want to take a break here so I can get in on some of this hot dog action. Dylan, we appreciate you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate everything that Omaha Steaks does for the community, and especially right now with the Team Jack Foundation. It's June 23rd at Tiburon Golf Course is where that will take place. Which was last year the first year at Tiburon?
First year, we were at Wilderness in Lincoln, but Tiburon was great for us.
Fantastic.
Those guys over there just know how to run a golf tournament, so it's gonna be a fun day. Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, Dylan, Kenny, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for bringing snacks. I appreciate that.
Of course, anytime. We're just right down the street.
I know. I listen. I'm still waiting for another invite for lunch like we had last time. That was pretty good. We appreciate everything you do for the community as well. We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live coming up after this.
Yeah, I just think that this year the guys behind closed doors were able to see what a true player-led team looks like, and so the guys that are going to be back understand that that's really where it starts. So, our job as coaches is to go out and try to improve the roster this summer, find the right pieces of the puzzle, because that's the way you keep the momentum. But these guys, again, sometimes you just have to do it to prove that it can happen, and we did that 25 years ago when nobody thought we'd ever have a chance to play in the College World Series at the University of Nebraska. We did it, and it's been 18 years since we hosted a regional. We've got the most wins since we've had since 2005. These guys have laid the groundwork, but it doesn't just stop there, right? And these guys have proven time and time again that the best teams are player-led, and that's what they have. That's what we have to take to next year, is the understanding of the guys in the clubhouse, of what it takes to set the standard every single day, and they've had amazing ambassadors for that.
We weren't selling Jell-O to make a living, obviously. It was just fun, and the fun exploded, and social media took it to a whole nother level. And so at that point, when you realize now you're selling thousands of Jell-O shots, so I'm sitting at home the very first Saturday. What am I going to do? Do we get back to the teams? Do we get back to the players? What do you do? And then I got online and just started looking, and that's when we found the food banks. And so you get on the food bank at Arkansas, and you get in the food bank at Ole Miss and these places, and you realize how important it is to these people. And we were just coming off of COVID, and a couple things that kind of got to me there was when I was looking at the food banks, at Ole Miss, 49% of the people that were using the food bank were actually employees, because you forget, when COVID hit and those schools shut down. So as soon as we saw that and I realized what a big need that was for those schools, it was a no-brainer. So I woke Bonnie up and I said, okay, let's just run this through the rest of the series. These two schools are obviously tearing it up, and we'll donate to each one of their food banks, and it'll be a good thing for everybody. And then it just continued to explode.
Let me begin with that second question. It's so interesting to me because 1 year we graduated 76% of our extra base hits, and the next year we actually broke an offensive record. I'm not saying we're going to do that next year, but one thing that if you were in that room, the returners were talking about is they feel a lot of responsibility and they're encouraged by what this senior class did and where this senior class has positioned this program. And they take a lot of pride in it not doing this. And I love that. I love that they spoke out and spoke up like that. And we've got a freshman group that we are super excited about. I think they're very athletic. I think they're spicy. I think they're fun. And we've got a handful of our seniors that are going to be around to help, infiltrate, just keep loving and serving and caring for Nebraska softball. So the future is still bright.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi.
Wait. I need you to come back and be my friend.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry. We were just looking at meat over here.
Yeah. And you guys, can I just say something in defense of me?
I don't think I need my computer for this part. We'll be fine.
When I say I'm going on a meat bender, and everybody makes fun of me, you call me a meat gate, like all the derogatory terms I had to hear about. And look what happened when Omaha Steaks came in. Everybody came a-running.
Lot of meat benders.
Yeah, and a lot of meat gazing. Ooh, did you see it? Do you see it? Look at it. Look at these all beefers.
Dude, I love hot dogs. I just do. I don't know why.
Dude, can I just ask something? It's weirding me out.
What's up?
Why are you eating from both ends?
I'll be honest. I don't know. I just noticed that myself. And I was like, I don't know why I'm doing that.
I'm gonna ask if people think, is this acceptable?
I'll be honest. I'm not happy about it. I didn't realize I was doing it.
I'm not necessarily gonna shame you, and I won't dime you out. But
no, it's okay.
Is this acceptable?
It is a weird thing that I did. I don't know why I did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Speaking of weird things that people did,
what?
So your youngest son is at Nebraska camp today.
Yeah.
And I retweeted a picture of him. He said, "Hey, at Nebraska Day," because we both know, a little inside baseball here. I'll be honest. I think Nebraska's got an uphill battle with your youngest.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to do things that his brother did, and which made it super weird. I was happy that he was camping at Nebraska at all and got there before Iowa. Second, he tweeted out a picture of his brother, of Caleb, as I was like, what is that? That seems super out of character for him.
I'm his dad.
Yeah.
And I'm floored.
Yeah.
Just yesterday. You want to know inside baseball?
Yeah.
There was a fight with Millard North.
Okay.
Had to break it up, fisticuffs. It was very, very, very energies were high.
Sure.
Too good, you know what I mean? It's like
a lot of talented players on that team or on that field.
And thank the Lord, like Micah wasn't involved.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving home. We had to kill some time. It was like 11:40. And I said, I'm surprised you stayed out of the fray for so long, because the cavalry came in like a couple of minutes after it didn't separate.
Mm-hmm.
So he was angry in the car. And I was like, what is going? And I get it. Like he stays mad, and he goes, look, there's only two things that make me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like really make him mad. And the second one caught me off guard as a dad.
Okay.
One of the things the guy said from Millard North that aggravated him was he said, "You're not your brother."
Oh, yeah.
Micah's never told me this.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about it. We don't do the Caleb comparison thing. But one of the good player.
I mean, they're very different. They're very different kids.
Good player from Millard North.
Yeah.
So you're not your brother. Like, chill out.
Mm-hmm.
And like something just happened.
Yeah.
And he said, I get so sick of people saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a dad, I'm just driving home. This is just the real me, right? I'm like, man, I didn't realize it was like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? I went through it with my dad.
I'll say better than most, probably.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, right? Like I went through that with my dad. I know my brother went through it with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Just
especially as the junior, like that's tough.
But Micah doesn't really communicate very well.
Yeah, he's pretty quiet.
So when he said that, I was like, ooh, this is a thing. I better be extremely cognizant.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of the schools that are interested, and I'm like, hey, let's not talk about anything other than this.
Micah. Yeah.
Right? Like, because I want to give everybody
give everybody a fair shot.
Yeah.
Because you want,
and he may not even be that, like, I don't know. Like, he may not.
Yeah, we don't know yet. He's a couple years.
Yeah, he may not be that good yet, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't know that was a thing. And he just was like shaking his head in the car. And I was like, so to see him use his picture to say that he was going to be at Nebraska, at least as a father, was like, oh.
So that actually makes a lot of sense to me. Knowing both of them a little bit, I'm not going to pretend like I'm best friends with either of them, but like,
they do rock with you though.
I've been around them enough that like I feel like I have a good sense for their personality, and we obviously talk about them a lot. And I like both of them a ton. I think they're both terrific kids. Like I like Caleb a ton. I like Micah a ton. That makes way more sense because I never got the sense that it was like an animosity thing with Caleb from Micah's perspective, because it does seem like they rock with each other. But I do understand being, I think, more similar in personality to Micah, that if somebody was always comparing me to someone else, that I would feel some kind of way about it, even if I loved that person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if everybody, like, this happens to me sometimes, not very often, but every once in a while, I'll get like with our show, they'll be like, oh, you're not DB. It's like, yeah, I know that. Right? Like I'm fully aware and I love you. You know that.
Yeah.
But it also makes me feel some kind of way. It's like, yeah, no bleep, I'm not DB, dummy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's my own person. We do very different things on the show. Like, so I get it from that perspective. And that actually makes me feel better because I was like, I don't think Micah has like animosity towards Caleb, but there is kind of this weird tension.
It is.
But that makes a ton of sense.
And even like being in this, that I'm telling you, I was yesterday years old.
Yeah. I'm glad he communicated that to you though.
And it was out of, in his own way, it was still out of anger.
Well, you know.
But I mean, that's my dude, man. Like
sometimes when you got the, like, because this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Like when you kind of have that edge, especially when you're young, that's hard to turn off. You know, when you get older, it's the thing that drove me crazy about Russell Westbrook. It's also the thing that made Russell Westbrook great, right? Like,
I'm glad you could finally admit that out loud.
He is great. He's not what other people tried to make him be sometimes, and that frustrated me.
Yeah.
But the thing that bothered me about him mostly, it wasn't his prowess. It was when he played with Kevin Durant, he was unable to recognize that Kevin Durant was better.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that made him great also, is not thinking anybody else was better than he was. And if he had played for 90% of the teams in the league, that would have been true. But he just happened to play with one of the handful of guys that actually was better than he was.
Yeah.
And it made it a weird situation.
And it just, you know, and I have to kind of channel it where it's like, I know it's not necessarily an uphill battle. It's just, he's such an individual.
Yeah. You're going to have to make it about Micah and what is best for him. The schools are going to have to make it about Micah and what's in it for what they can offer to him, what they think he can bring to their team.
Yeah, it's just funny. One of the first things LeVar Woods said a couple weeks ago was, he said, you can definitely tell they have a different mentality.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah. I didn't have the heart to say, well, he didn't really like you at first because
he liked Micah too much, or because he liked Caleb too much.
Yeah. I didn't have the stones.
See, those are the kind of things where like, without the context, you're like, does he not like his brother that much?
Yeah.
But once you understand that it's about the comparison, not about the person.
That's why I'm just fascinated by the whole competitive talk and the going through it. Like that's why those conversations interest me, because it's not just about us. It's, you never know what motivates or deters other people when we're watching them perform. We just assume blank.
We assume our own life experiences into other people's mentalities.
And sometimes they couldn't be any further from the truth.
And generally speaking, that's a huge mistake.
100%.
All right, that's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Thank you to Kenny and to Omaha Steaks and to Team Jack Foundation for all they do. Make sure you go sign up for the Team Jack Golf Tournament on June 23rd.
And we need to figure out who eats a hot dog from both ends.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't know why I did that. I don't know that I've ever done that before. It was unfortunate timing that it happened in front of people.
Ravi was just feeling a little feisty. You know how it is.
I think what happened.
Weird that Stibbs was the first one to comment on the double-ended picture. He said, "I thought you were sending X-rated photos of Shane for a second." In typical Stibbs fashion.
Is that Mike G?
No, I think what happened was I took a bite of the hot dog because I was really excited to try the Omaha Steaks hot dog, and then Dylan got me distracted with the Wagyu beef, and so when I picked the hot dog back up to eat it again, I just grabbed the wrong end. It was a discontinued eating situation.
You just grabbed the wrong end.
Happens to lots of people.
First time.
Does it?
I mean, Mr. Biting Blankets over there probably knows.
I'm sorry you wanted the wiener from both sides.
Wow.
You just went right for it, huh?
He's still on that Knicks euphoria.
No more metaphors, huh? You just went right after it.
Grace, Rico, you get grace.
All right. You get 1 day. You 1 day
until tomorrow.
No, you don't get tomorrow morning. You don't get it.
All bets are off.
All bets are off tomorrow. That's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be back tomorrow on more Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.